KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller
Do they not have enough of us recorded already? They could just do this in AI.
and Alex Keary.
We're not even real. This entire show is just a hologram.
This is KSL Brightside, the after party. But it's before with Ethan and Alex on KSL News Radio.
Okay, welcome to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Keary. Wednesday, the big Wednesday show, hump day. We're on the downward slope now. I'm on the downward slope, Alex. We're more than halfway through our broadcasting week, and now that we've started, the clock is clicking. The clock is ticking. You know what that is?
Right.
Have you noticed? So, I sometimes have trouble expressing myself on this show. Have you noticed that? I'll run into little blocks and things like that. I'll transpose words and letters. Have you noticed this?
I tell you on a daily basis, and Caitlin could probably corroborate this when you go, you're listening to.
I've
always
been
like,
telling
dude,
myself.
This is it because you don't want to say Nightside? I did make a screw up last week, and I said the sports station I used to work at.
It's not that. I've been telling myself that it's because I'm out of practice. I'm coming back to this. But I am a little worried that it's evidence of a health problem that someday is going to just hit me between the eyes.
You visited your doctor. Or remember when you chatted with your doctor, and what did he say? He goes,
Well, this is a friend of mine. He says everyone in their 40s thinks that they have early dementia or a brain tumor.
Yeah. And so,
but sometimes people get early dementia and tumors.
I agree that statement is technically true, but I'm saying, what was his whole point of telling you that? Hey, some stuff just comes with aging, and you're just not aging very gracefully. That's it.
Well, you can say that again. All right, topic number one. Topic number one for today, Cafe Rio.
Oh, boy.
Has rolled out a new burrito, the Utah burrito. It's a limited edition menu item.
Where are people right now on Cafe Rio? Because remember, it went through this whole thing. It used to be
Huge.
the darling, and then it got bought by a private equity firm, and then people were like, oh, basically a bunch of New Yorkers are telling me how to enjoy my fast casual Mexican food that was supposed to be Utah-based. And now I don't know where we are on it because people are all, Team Costa Vida and Team Cafe Rio. Do we like Cafe Rio now? Is that where we're at?
So Costa Vida was competition. Right?
Yeah.
And there was even a lawsuit there, if I remember correctly.
Because they were like, I make a salad with creamy ranch dressing on it.
You're competing with us? How dare you? We should try that. We should try that with every radio show that airs midday. Let's just sue the crap out of it.
What are you guys doing? Well, we got a radio show and we put sweet pork on it. It should be.
Well, I'll tell you what it was for me. I don't typically go to Cafe Rio because I have Chipotle. So that's what it is for me.
You're pronouncing it wrong if you live in Utah.
I'm a Chipotle guy. So
how do grandparents say it here in the state of Utah?
Chipotle.
Chipotle. I love it.
So here's what is on the Utah burrito, but I am going to try the Utah burrito.
Yeah.
I will do this. If it's called the Utah burrito, I'm going to try it. And maybe we should get a couple
I
and bring
think
it in
we
here.
should and P-card it because it's actual food. And
Should we do it today?
Well,
Not today.
Whatever.
I've already started eating my lunch. It's going to throw my macros off.
Okay. Tomorrow, maybe Friday. Friday burrito day.
Okay, we also have to disclose, everyone's all mad because we ate a cookie in the studio, and now suddenly we're the bad guys.
You know what, though? Here's the thing, though.
I don't know anything about that.
Why don't they come and talk to us to our face? Everyone wants to talk to Caitlin. Everyone wants to get mad at Caitlin.
They don't even talk to Caitlin. They just email her. They email her. We're not CC'd on it or anything.
And
CC me. I dare you.
what they need to do is they need to come talk to us.
All right.
But
it's fine. They're
by the
really
way,
not a problem.
By the way, if Ethan and I get talked to face to face people, we're just like everybody else too. We're like, oh sure, no, whatever you want, it's great.
I think they'd be surprised at how quickly I can roll over in a conversation.
All right, can I guess what's on the burrito? I don't know what's on it.
Okay, yeah, you can guess what's on it.
It's a Cafe Rio burrito. Mm-hmm. So they can't go like wildly off the beaten path of because they're. I mean, it's not. Well, I guess saying Tex-Mex would be really bad. It's more of it's Mexican food. It's Mexican food. Well, Utah Mexican food.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with steak. Is it the carne asada?
Okay.
It's a tortilla.
Yes, tortilla, correct.
Tortilla, but made from funeral potatoes. Like they roll them out, dehydrate them.
And make them into a tortilla?
Yes. Actually, that's a great idea. Yeah. You're welcome.
So you're right so far. Body substance on the bottom of that Diet Coke.
It's got to be like the cream.
It is. It's
Stand
like
by, I'll look into it.
If they're smart, they put like a little pump of horchata or whatever in there.
So and you can eat it with a contaminated Diet Coke.
I mean, it does look like, if you saw that back in the 80s, they'd be like, companies taking fire this week after putting stuff in their
After
sodas.
dairy products were found in the Diet Coke.
No.
The FDA says
tropical syrups mixed with the Diet Coke, which of course ruins its.
So
so it's got the fries, it's got the ground beef.
Yep.
It's got. I think the fries are a great addition. What's the
I would
dipping
love
sauce?
I would love to try the lime chili French fries. That sounds awesome.
Caitlin, what else is on there?
So a burger sauce inside. So in the burrito is a burger sauce.
Okay.
And then it's served with a side of spiced fry sauce. So I guess a little spicy fry sauce.
Yeah, that's
so
what I
you
said,
can dip
like
it
a
into.
Chipotle fry sauce.
So they hit some really good notes here. I like it. I'm going to try it.
Where'd they screw it up?
I don't think they necessarily screwed it up.
gotta
I
taste
just
it
feel
first
like
to know.
I could do a better one. And I'm going to tell you what it is.
Have you ever seen that trend where they go, white people taco night? I want to know what would make this more Utah, like where, because the ground beef, they don't do like Cafe Rio doesn't have ground beef in anything. That was like their addition. They go, the pioneers were making ground beef tacos.
When I was growing up, ground beef was the number one protein source in our house.
It was also the thing that you made every taco with.
Nobody
had
good.
steak.
I got so good at cooking the ground beef.
Yeah.
And in fact, I would do it. My favorite was to do it right out of the freezer, not let it thaw. Because what happens, you drop it on there, and then you kind of scrape you scrape it as it goes around.
I do it still.
I really liked it.
I still do it. And that's so because we do. Guess what we do at our house? White people taco night. With my kids, when they have, because I'll do the thing where we do the carne asada tacos. That's a totally different taco night. That's not taco night. That's carne asada.
Are you hard shell? Are you hard shell taco night?
No, I don't like the hard shell. My kids kind of do, but like we do but like the thing where they go diced tomatoes, iceberg lettuce, shredded bagged Costco cheese and
It's
ground
so good.
beef. But it is not Mexican food.
No,
it's its own thing.
I mean, but
which is what this is, right? Where you kind of go, hey, there you go. So the Utah burrito, I don't know about. Maybe they didn't. This is where our listeners who are smarter and funnier than we are could weigh in and say, hey, here's what you need on a Utah burrito. So there you go.
So here's the Utah burrito for me. All right.
All right.
So you start out with a tortilla, big old tortilla. Now here's where your funeral potatoes come into play.
Okay.
Okay. So lay in some funeral potatoes there, cheesy, creamy, all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus a potato works well in a burrito.
And then this is what else you do. And then you do pastrami over that.
Oh, so you're leaning into the burger
and
side.
And then you
of
melt into that American cheese.
Okay.
Over the top of that, you wrap that sucker up. That's the Utah burrito.
So you basically just made it. You basically just gave Crown Burger the way that they can compete with the Utah burrito and go, this is our version.
Here's how I know that's going to work. Is because of the Doghouse down on State Street across from Southtown Mall.
That place is way good.
They have a breakfast burrito that has the potato,
mm-hmm.
and then they have some pastrami, and they have white American cheese and some eggs. And this is how I know that this would work. This is how I know.
Because it's tasty.
It is so dang good.
I love how a hot dog place gave you a great idea for a breakfast burrito, which gave you a good idea for a regular burrito.
This is America, man.
It's the melting pot of both.
Like, who cares?
Pots.
Does it work or not? Right? Does it work or not?
Very quickly here, because I know we have to move on to super important stuff. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I put it through Copilot. All right, I'm cheating off of Copilot here. Now they gave me companies that make a good burrito. Someone say no. Give me ingredients specific to Utah. Yeah. Okay, so here's what we got right here. By the way, terrible spelling on that. They're going to be so. Okay, the Beehive Burrito. They already named it.
Okay. Grilled with real bees?
Grilled steak or shredded pork. They said that those should be the starts.
Why?
Funeral potatoes.
Okay.
On it.
Yeah.
Melted cheddar or Monterey Jack. A fry sauce aioli, which again, we're seeing this version of it.
Yeah.
Pastrami strips.
Yeah.
Okay. Roasted green chilies. I also like it. What? And then crispy onions. That's a pretty good. Or crispy jalapenos. So there you go. Smoked brisket could also be substituted in there.
How is smoked brisket be a Utah? Because Utah doesn't really have a barbecue culture.
Now this one could have been good for the gimmicky marketing side of it. I don't know if it would work, but listen to this. And this is what I'll end it on. This feels like Utah. This one. Honey butter brush tortilla. I don't hate it.
That
And
sounds,
Caitlin gave yes.
That sounds correct.
You laughed at it. Caitlin and I both looked at each other like,
I'm laughing
"We
at it
making one
because
today, or
I'm
what?"
laughing at it because this is true. If you want to catch Utah's
Yes.
preference and palate,
yeah.
it's something sweet.
And if
Wait, did it say fry sauce?
it said a fry sauce aioli.
Okay, Unky Ben's had fry sauce.
Yeah, and the Cafe Rio one, frankly, has like a spicy like fry sauce dipping
Correct.
thing to it. So there you go. All right, we can. Thank heavens we can finally
Unky
move
Ben's
on.
full comment was tortilla, funeral potatoes. Well, I just said that was so weird.
Funeral potatoes.
Potato.
What are you? She's like, we have to go back to our Irish roots. Potato.
My bad.
Okay.
Salisbury steak, cheap protein,
Salisbury
grilled
steak.
zucchini fry sauce for dipping in a side of green jello.
Yeah,
grilled
see,
zucchini.
he knew he was going to bring it in.
Grilled zucchini now, yeah.
Very Utah. Like
Unky
we
Ben.
had too many of these in our garden. That's the zucchini move.
Yeah,
right there.
that's right.
All
Who wants zucchini?
All right. All right, Millard. What do you have? What do you have next? We can move on from
It's
these.
4 feet long.
We used it actually as a bat before we brought it over.
We went to Disneyland. When I came back, it was 4 feet long.
That's 100%. People go on vacation. These are our vacation zucchinis.
We
This is our
had that.
vacation zucchini.
We've had that happen before.
Totally.
You
They're
guys
like-
want some zucchini?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, we'll bring some over.
Yeah.
Here's 50.
Now, the bottom of it is 100% pure white because it's been baking in the sun for the last 9 months.
The
But
big ones look neat. They're actually hollow and bitter.
they
But
don't taste like anything. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
zucchini
it's all
are
too
best when
true.
they are tiny. When they're tiny zucchini, that's when you
Well,
snap them off and eat them because once
sure.
they get,
I just loved it. 'Cause when I was a kid, I thought it was a game. Like, they're all, go pick the zucchini and the cucumber. And I'd see some big ones in the back, and I'd go, I'm going to pick you in 3 days, and I'm going to be a hero. My dad's like, why did you let it get this big? You know?
zucchini are the lambs of the vegetable world. You don't want to let those things grow up.
No, because as soon as they get big,
You
they're
want to
not good.
harvest them as babies.
It's a very different between a lamb roast and a mutton.
Yeah. You
Piece
want to
of
get them
mutton.
as babies.
Yeah.
That's what zucchini are.
Okay, what do you have next so we can start, move away from eating baby animals
I'll never move away from that.
and baby vegetables?
All right, next up, this was a contribution from Caitlin. Here's the headline.
Or what is the whole show?
I love that.
I'm just kidding.
She just
I'm just
called
kidding.
you out,
I'm
dude.
just kidding.
I just love too that there was a contribution. Now, Caitlin, am I saying that right? Helped us with this one. All right.
I'll give Caitlin all the credit.
We
need
do.
to. I got no
You
problem.
do.
We
with
did
guys
it
do
in
a
a meeting
great
the
job
other
with
day,
that.
and then she was like, "Oh, thanks for that
No,
petty
the
thank you."
reason I said that was
like,
because it was random. It just came out of nowhere.
It's not
to me.
random. All right.
It was random.
Keep going
but
in.
It was random, but this is one thing that I've learned is that, and I think this is true in the corporate world, that you have to just say things or else they remain unsaid. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like there's this kind of public record always happening, and you've just got to make sure that you add things to the public record, and that's how
like
you
it.
create the
Yeah.
structure in which you work. And that's
No,
anyway,
I
I'm a believer in that.
appreciate the praise.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So here's the headline: worried about interrupting someone's scrolling? Here's what
What?
the experts say. In other words, if you see someone and they are on their phone scrolling, what is the etiquette around interrupting them?
Okay.
Right?
When you see, but if somebody's on their phone, do we just assume everybody's scrolling them now? Is that what the
Yes.
line of reasoning is?
Yes. If they're on
You
their phone
can
for more
tell.
than a minute, then they're scrolling.
Okay, it's just the thumb movement, but also like the look of not existing
the
anymore.
look of zombie.
right.
So here's what I
If
saw.
they're full thumb going like this, that's not scrolling.
So-
That's a work email.
Here's how you do it. Here's how you interrupt someone who's scrolling, and you should every single time, because you're saving their life.
What?
This is how out of control social media has gotten.
I love
They're
this.
all so you see someone scrolling, maybe it's your friend or a family member. What's the etiquette around interrupting their scrolling? You know what
What's that give? What does that give?
This is what I read. So if your friend or family member is completely stoned on drugs, what's the etiquette of interrupting their experience? At what point do you know that you should step in and talk to them, or you just need to let them enjoy, their
See, what I
their
hate,
experience?
What I
That's
hate
what
about
I'm
this,
reading
okay.
here. You should interrupt people scrolling whenever you
I
can,
get it.
every single time. There's no
Okay,
other etiquette.
what are you interrupting with? I've been trying to get a hold of you
say, "Hello, how are you?"
about your car's long term or about your car's extended warranty. because I will interrupt anybody that needs to be interrupted at
Here's
any
how you
given
do it.
moment, like most of the time. Like
Here's how you do it.
No, I'm not saying how. I'm saying
Here,
what
pretend
circumstances.
this is your phone and you're scrolling.
Okay. He just hits it out of it.
That's how you do it.
No.
Well,
Don't
here's
scroll
the
in
thing.
public.
I
Yes,
think
that's my lunch.
when when
just
you're
hit it on the
like
ground.
my generation is so used to having a device to look at to entertain you while you're like standing
Yeah.
in line for something.
Yeah,
What was
sure.
it like when we didn't have that? What did you do?
Okay.
was
First
freaking
of all, I'm
amazing.
offended by that.
You
No,
got-
we
you got
read. You know what
bored
we
out of
did?
your mind.
No,
You know
I
what we did?
wanted. I think it was
Okay,
better.
you know what we did? We read the National Enquirer headlines at the grocery store in the line, right?
Yep.
That was our version of scrolling. We'd go through and we'd look. That stuff, by the way, none of those things exist anymore. You remember, like that stuff doesn't exist.
No.
All they have
Because no
next,
one reads.
all they have next to the checkout counter now. I don't know why I brought up the check. Did you bring up the checkout counter or the checkout line?
Yeah.
Is that what you brought
Well,
up?
it's just like when you're standing in line waiting for
Yeah.
something.
Okay. So when
pull
I'm
the phone
standing
out.
in line, when we were standing in line anywhere, they had stuff up for us to look at and to read. Everyone was buying those rags. That's why the trope was moms were into the conspiracy theories of what was going on in National Enquirer because that was their version of kind of quote unquote mindless scrolling. And roll or as
you
much
do
as just
talk
like
all
It's
day.
the scroll.
I do talk all day.
So it's valid.
But there's also a thing where either that person, there are people staring at their phones all the time now, and I just go, not worth it.
I do want to say, like, I've always been an antisocial. It's just who I am.
Circumstances you might.
But you could.
But you could, right? You could. Now everyone with their faces in their phone, number one, it kills your posture. But number two, now everyone with their faces in their phone, number one, it kills your posture. But number two,
That's your argument?
this is the thing, and I keep coming back to this. So the not talking to people in line is a side effect of the scroll on your phone, but it's not really the primary threat that the scroll presents. The primary threat is something else, and this is what I've learned over the last couple of years. All right, and this is Caitlin, you mentioned how I get accused of kind of zoning out. This is something that I'm fighting all the time. Because when you zone out, you go to another place. You're not present in the moment. And a significant part of our mental health, I believe, is being in the present, experiencing this present moment. If you are always thinking about the future, you're risking anxiety. If you're always thinking about the path, you're in the zone of depression and things like that. And I'm not saying those are diagnoses for depression, anxiety. I'm just saying that that's the realm that you kind of enter into.
Sure.
And so when you are on your phone scrolling, you've disconnected from the present, you've gone somewhere else. It could be friendly unicorns and good news about people helping the elderly across the street. It doesn't matter what's on there. The point is that you have left the present moment where you are, and that, I think, is what is so bad for you. And I think that's why we all feel that it's a problem, and we used to say, oh, it's because of the content. Oh, because of depressing content. But that's not it.
It's the overstimulation also because it takes you out of it. Because I spent the weekend without social media because in order for me to get work done, I have to like completely block it off my phone. And I blocked it, didn't get on it at all. Was so much more like grounded. I was stressed about certain things, but it just takes you. You're like this, so you are when you get off of it, that's still going, like the craziness in your brain. And so I feel like it takes you out of being present because you're thinking so fast all the time.
Yeah, it's a real problem, and I have felt it, and that's why I feel so strongly about the scroll.
Boundaries.
And I don't think we should allow the scroll.
Do you think that, if you really, if it came down to it too, I think that there are probably divorces that are percolating behind the scroll at some point too, right?
100%.
People are like, both couples or the couple, they're both sitting in the same room. Not just, because we'll do the thing where we'll kind of decompress at night, we'll be in bed. Like when you're actually laying next to each other in bed and you're chatting about stuff or whatever, and you're kind of scrolling maybe here or there, I don't necessarily look at that and go, boy, we are just not, because we'll still be interacting and chatting with one another. But it's the one where you're in the living room and you're both on different chairs in the living room and you're both scrolling, and then it's like, yikes.
Then you go, what did you say?
I love the idea of Ethan. I love the idea of Ethan not having a device in his hand and everybody else having one in it, and then they ask him something and he goes, what'd you say? Like, you're the one that doesn't have the...
Look,
I also get it though.
I
There's so
don't-
much going on in my head a lot of the time.
I don't need
So
a
if you're
device to
reading-
leave this planet.
Okay, if you're reading a book, you're suddenly an intellectual. But if you're scrolling on your phone and ignoring people, then you're a bad person.
Yep.
Okay. Back to you.
I mean, I think that's a fair way to put it.
Books with the original scrolling. Meh. It's just this way. That was the only thing. It was this way. Now it's this way.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it could be. Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay.
All right. Next up on the stream today. So the United States has cracked down on robotics from China. They're worried about Chinese influence and spying and things like that.
Right?
Humanoid robots. But among the things that are banned are certain types of technology, robotic technology, that are actually in devices such as your Roomba. Now, there are some Roombas that will still remain legal, but a number of the newer elements out there are going to be banned. They will either need to be produced in the United States, or they will just not be available in the United States because they don't want that coming from China, because they're afraid that Chinese are going to be able to access the floor plans of our homes and apartments.
You know, this sounds like
at least as far as I can tell, that's what that's the problem they have.
This sounds like a total joke, right? So there's not, so Roombas are Chinese, or are they just made in China? What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Like,
Roombas are made in China.
Okay, so we're going to have to just not have anything then, right?
And there are still approved Roombas that can be imported.
Approved Roombas?
But some of the newer emergent technology that they're using, the U.S. is saying, no, man, China, don't send that. Keep it to yourselves.
Because are they afraid that they will infiltrate, like, as listening and as video, or just like you said, what did you say it was? It was like basically mapping out your house? They're like, oh, this Roomba ran over this dog poo in the middle of the floor.
Well, the problem is
obviously it's a spy.
The problem is this. Doge fired all the janitors in the Pentagon. And so they've been relying on Roombas ever since.
Okay.
And all the sensitive data areas, Chinese Roombas running around. I think they finally figured that out.
I will say that the Roomba getting taken out of the equation seems crazy. I still have never tried the Roomba out because I'm convinced it wouldn't clean up anything.
We've had a few different kinds.
Well, then you know what they've got is all your stuff on file. The layout of your house.
Well, our old house.
They're like,
we haven't used one in our new house, but for whoever.
Why did it take a leftover here? Well, obviously it was a security tower in his home. That
couple that lives in our old house down in Midvale, yeah.
They're under fire.
Yeah,
they're probably gonna get under fire.
Yeah.
I will say too, have you seen the new Roomba? I mean, it's not Roomba brand, but it's the idea, and it's very interesting to me. Although I do like the tactile, I like doing it myself a little bit, or having my kids do it. But we're the only house in my immediate space where we mow the lawn still. Everybody else has a service. Yeah. But they have the Roomba mower now. Like the automated, like you map it out. It used to be just something that crazy.
You've got neighbors that use that?
No. I'm saying they have other services come and mow, but every once in a while the automated Roomba mower will pop up in my feed, and my wife and I will be like, "Ooh, that's kind of nice."
Wait, there's a Roomba mower?
It's not It's not the
just,
brand.
There's an automated?
Yeah.
I saw one in Kentucky. It was stuck on a tree root, just sitting in someone's yard.
No, it was not.
No, it was, honestly.
Did
was
you
like
see
a
the wheels
stump.
turning?
No. It had turned off. There was like a kind of big stump, and it was like kind of like you could see it had tried to kind of go over the side of the stump, and it was just sitting there.
See, I saw one that was chasing a group of youths. That was the only thing that I saw. South is
swearing at them in Chinese.
Obviously, it was infiltrating the United States. No, but they have these. They have the lawn mowing Roomba now, and that interests me because the whole thing is that they're like it can do massive amounts of space. I think Costco even sold one for a minute. Costco sells everything, but I mean, like they sold one for a minute.
So here's what I learned about Roombas, and maybe they are a lot better now. But here's what used to drive me crazy about the Roombas.
Yeah,
is that they could learn, but only up to a point. And our Roombas kept getting stuck in the same places. And it is so frustrating to have to rescue the Roomba from under the couch 4 times while it's vacuuming.
Somebody look into this. Is Shark, because Shark is the other brand who does a lot of these, right?
Because it gets jammed in there. The couch is either, and you would be surprised. So you would think it would be easy. If the couch is high enough, the Roomba can get underneath. If the couch is low enough, it can't, and it bumps against it. You would be shocked at how many couches are that perfect height where a Roomba goes, yeah, I can get under there, and then it can't. And then it sits there, and it doesn't do its job. And then you have to go rescue it. And then 5 minutes later,
that got banned.
And then 5 minutes later, the Roomba goes, I don't think I've vacuumed over here yet.
I do love that.
And you got to pull it out again.
But now, did they ban them at government buildings? Is that what they're saying they banned them at?
No, I think this is similar to what happened with DJI drones and all DJI products. Like like the mics we use are DJI.
Really?
But
Are they listening to our conversation right now?
Well, I don't know. It's just a foreign-made product, and so no new products can be.
Unky Ben says, I've got 3 Shark-branded Roombas.
Yeah.
All 3 were refurbs, and all 3 came with a home map of whoever sent them back.
Oh, see?
Interesting.
And now, Unky Ben and Chica can now strike.
Now you can go get them.
It's exactly
Go get them.
And that matches their personality. That's the thing I like about it the most. Is that seems like something they do. I'm looking at Consumer Reports top rated vacuums right now, robot vacuums. Not one is branded as Roomba or Ninja, because I thought the same thing.
But are any of them made in the U.S.?
I don't think so, because they all have these. So Yeetie, probably not. EUFY, Eufy, Yeetie, Tapo, Dream with an E at the end. You love that. Dreamy. Robo Rock, Narwhal, Monzga, Dreamy's number 2, and then Robo Rock again number 1. So the overall best pick is the Robo Rock. Now I don't know where any of these are made, but like even Shark, it's an American company, but it's all manufactured overseas. So I don't know. Man, $780 for the top rated one. What does it do? Sheesh.
They better not get stuck under the couch. That's
you know
all
what?
can say.
I don't hate this though. Spinning mop as well. So it's a mop.
We had one of those too.
Those don't work.
It was fine. At the end of the day, it's like by the time you get it all wrangled, you may as well have just mopped. So I want to bring up something different though. I'm ready to leave behind.
I'm fine with it.
Don't
no,
really
you
work.
go ahead because I'm actually going to keep shopping for them.
So do we have a photo of the 9th and 9th whale?
Yeah. So this is what it currently.
All right, the 9th and 9th whale. This is a giant whale that was constructed in the. I guess
year?
it's kind of a roundabout. They're on
it's
just
in the
above.
9th and 9th neighborhood.
Very
It's above 9th and
controversial
9th. It's that crazy intersection.
Is it controversial?
Well, people really didn't like it at first, but now I think we're all friends.
Who didn't like it?
They got a lot of backlash of like, why is this here?
You know
but I
what?
like it now. So
You
no,
know
it's
what,
cool.
though?
It's
This-
fine.
this-
9th and 9th is the type of neighborhood that should work fine. It's
You
great.
know what happens though? This is what happens. Salt Lake does something like this, and then a bunch of people from Davis County, Utah County look at it and go,
don't you
well,
dare.
I don't approve of that.
What?
That's what
I
happened.
know what happened.
The controversy is always from outside Salt Lake. They're like, well, I don't agree with that. Well, then don't go there.
Well,
you know what I mean?
And they,
That's how I feel
and they
about
don't, by the way. They don't go there.
They go to City Creek.
They do not even go there.
Oh yeah.
They'll have conversations about how much they hate fill
It's
in the
just
blank.
envy
No,
because I'm not wealthy
so-
enough to live in this neighborhood.
9th and 9th is a cool area for sure.
Isn't it crazy that 9th and 9th is a wealthy neighborhood now? Because I kind of remember it when that whole Central City was always a cool place, but it wasn't necessarily a place. It's like where it's where ski bums rented
It's enough,
houses.
Right. It's
is
enough.
basically what it was.
It's enough like Harvard Yale adjacent too. It kind of has like it's kind of sandwiched between that and the university. Like that kind of people love that area, man. And by the way, some really good food options in that area.
Now there is, yeah. I'll never forget one time I went there. I had a friend that went through a rice bowl phase. Rice bowl. Rice bowl.
Oh, Cafe Rio Utah burrito.
And there was a Guru's.
Oh,
There on 9th
Gurus.
and 9th. You remember Gurus?
Oh yeah.
They did rice bowls was their thing. There's one in Provo.
There is my wife and I's first date.
They got
famously at the Gurus in Provo. That was Colin
It's a
and my first
completely
date.
different menu though. So
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I
kind of
guess
this. It's kind of this like Americana, but with
it's good. I like Gurus, but this was a rice bowl place there on 9th and 9th.
Yeah.
And so all right, so we go over there, go inside, and they got the door propped open. All right, it's
Fine. Got
fine.
it.
We walk in there, and the person immediately goes, "Hey, I just want to let you know that we got a sewage problem, but we're taking care of it.
We're taking your order.
We're taking care of it.
What can I get
We're
for
really
you?
sorry.
What can I get for you?
It like there's
No.
the sewage smell. This was a human waste smell.
Which is what
This
sewage
wasn't
is,
like
right? I don't know where you dial it up.
No.
even
This
worse.
wasn't like a drainage smell.
This is you get on that you're in downtown San Francisco. You get on one of those elevators that is a street access elevator, and you go, "Oh no, the door's closed." And you went, "We can't get out of here."
it smelled like the whole restaurant was full of human waste. The guy's like, I'm really sorry. What can I get for you?
Cilantro. Do you want something with cilantro?
And I could not believe that they had stayed open. I could not believe
they
it.
propped the door open because you know what? That poor manager, he's just trying to do. His general managers could put a lot of pressure on him. You know what I mean?
Probably.
So
I didn't get anything. My friends did, which I couldn't believe. I was like, "You're really going to buy that? You're going to do this now?"
There are $800 vacuums at Costco that are automated vacuums.
Well, we started talking about the whale, but we never
Oh,
explained
the
why we were
I'm
talking
sorry.
about it. I'm going to redirect
so the
us for
whale's
2
painted.
minutes.
9th and 9th is
They're
beautiful.
repainting the
Yeah.
whale. Do we have a photo of what the whale
Yes,
look like?
new paint job coming to the whale. I just
Okay.
want to tell people why we were talking
Okay,
about that.
so wait, I thought they were just refreshing the colors. They're going
New paint job.
Okay,
Redesign.
So look, they gave it a big eye.
they gave it an eyeball. All right,
and then kind of a blue nose and
kind of a pink and
and
it kind
white.
of yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
I-
a space situation? Is that like a?
I can't tell.
Yeah, it does. It looks like it's got kind of a scenery for the evening. Is that a desert scene at night? Is that what's going on?
I like the idea that they'll periodically repaint it.
See, that's the thing is then I go, when people are all up in arms about it, and then I go, oh, you know what? They should do this every 2 years now. And
Here's
have it be a what they should do is respond to kind of just whatever's going on. You know what I mean? They put a little miniature face of Toast Malone, the cat that got saved by the fire from the fire.
Yeah.
Put him on there. You know what I mean? Like
You could do whatever you want.
you find an iconic thing. So, but people are upset about this because they're
No,
changing
no.
it.
This is just breaking news.
No, I
That
don't
they're
even
repainting
know
the
if
whale.
people.
If it's even registering.
Well, no.
Is this even a cool way? Like, do people go out of their way to find the whale?
I
No.
think that when it first came out, they did.
Yeah,
I did.
So, is this considered now kind of an official Utah landmark?
It is for sure, but it's a stumble upon landmark.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
driving along, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, this is where the whale is."
Because like, there's the troll in Seattle, like the gum wall.
The gum
also.
wall. Yeah, I've seen both of
And
those.
I'm trying to think of like places where the stumble upon ones are fine. I'm trying to think if we have cool landmarks like this across the state of Utah that are just like, oh, look at this. Does Spiral Jetty count? We'll ask people. We're going to put it up there online in the next couple of days.
Here's what you need
Let's
to
figure it
know.
out, 'cause I want to know what the best landscape, or not landscape. I want to know what the best, what do we call it? Landmark would be that we have here in the city. It could be a national monument. I don't care. Just any of them that are like the most recognizable.
So here's what you need to know about the whale on 9th and 9th. It is the center of a mysterious and potentially dangerous cult.
Oh, okay.
And I just want to let you know
Well, hold on a minute.
That's all.
that this new paint job might include subliminal messages.
We'll probably all, at some point, we might try to throw ourselves off of a bridge because we saw the newly painted whale. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
See, and I don't think that they. It's fine. I think the color scheme is fine. It's nothing spectacular when you think about. Because when did they actually go up, Caitlin? When did the actual whale?
I think it was 2022.
You know,
I thought
and-
it was further back than that.
It was.
Well,
And
then I lied. That
Okay.
was my quick Google
Hey,
search.
Caitlin,
So let me verify.
figure your stuff out here. What'd you choose?
no, but you know,
2021.
but you know what happened though?
What?
They built the whale, and then we had that huge record snow.
Oh, and nothing happened. Is that what you're saying?
No, we had record snowfall. What I'm saying is this is how this cult started to be
Oh,
organized.
okay. Now we're talking. Hold on. It is the Church of the Sacred Whale? You weren't lying?
No, I told you. I told you this.
Wait,
Caitlin.
I don't know what's going on with this.
Caitlin.
I have not verified any of this, but I guess you're doing that.
Yeah, no. It's inspired local art, community events, and even a Church of the Sacred Whale that promotes environmental stewardship. And obviously,
That's what's gotten controversial in
Yeah,
other
yeah,
parts of the
Mhm.
Wasatch Front.
the sculpture has also become a photo spot for locals, visitors, marathoners running laps around it.
I just think it's very colorful and it's fun.
Well, it is those
do you know what
things.
the name of
That's-
do you know
that's
what the
why-
name of the 9th and 9th whale actually is? Like the actual
No,
piece
I don't.
of art?
What is it?
Out of the Blue.
I did
That's
know
the name of
that
the sculpture.
based off of my current
Mhm.
research that I'm reading.
So yeah, it was painted in 2022. 2021 is when the board approved it, and then they got it all up at the end of that year, and then it was originally unveiled. Yeah, 2022. I would have thought that I would have thought it was like more like a 10-year-old situation, but
Oh,
No,
this
it's
was
pretty
recent.
new.
Me and my friends went and did a photo shoot by it. for
But
fun.
it apparently
they
has
got
powers.
you guys. They're
Well,
all.
that's-
What
it's fun.
age group are we looking for? Who's going to go to Guru's? Is Guru's okay?
No, it's
Guru's
not
is
there
still not in
anymore.
the neighborhood. Hey, speaking of cool places, did you know that I was just going to bring this up very quickly as we end the program? Your beloved Trader Joe's. Did you see they got a new dessert menu? item?
No.
A new
What is it?
dessert item?
What is it?
People are going bonkers over it, and I kind of can't wait to try it. Thai sticky rice. Mango rice.
Mango sticky rice.
mango rice. Huh?
Oh, mango. Okay.
Mango sticky rice.
That's
Trader Joe's.
interesting.
Yeah. People are going
They're saying it's good?
bazookas over it.
I'll try it. So we have some go-tos at Trader Joe's. Orange chicken, teriyaki chicken, because we do it over
Those
rice,
are it?
you know. We do it over rice, so we've always got those.
Think about putting them on the sticky rice.
The mac and cheese. The mac and cheese.
Everyone says
is
it's out of
big.
this world. So there you go. And it's like $4.50. So let's just go. See, my vote is that we try that instead of the Utah burrito. Because Utah
We
burrito
gotta try.
sounds
We
like
gotta
it's
try
good.
the Utah
We
burrito.
can do both.
P card on both of them.
Plenty of times. I think Cheryl will approve of the burrito.
Why do they call them the P card? Why did so
Because
you've got
we
a
had this
card? You've got a
conversation.
company card.
Performance card.
You have a company
Payment.
card. Performance card.
Professional.
I don't know.
You. What does it stand for? It's a company card, right? You can
We
charge
just called
things.
it that. I don't know. It's
And
been
they
like
call it a
that
P
for.
card.
I don't know. So a P card is a purchasing card. It's not that interesting.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We'll give it its own name. I like something else.
Obviously, the card is used for purchasing. Thanks a lot, letter P. We know about it. We know. Oh, you're used for purchasing stuff? Well, I better put you over here in the special pile.
Well, on
I
Friday,
have these other credit cards that I use just for breaking into buildings.
well, on Friday, it's a B card, burrito.
Okay. Is that we're doing this Friday? Don't you?
Whenever. I
Okay.
don't know. I think
All right.
Friday's a good day.
I
Okay.
thought I heard Caitlin say we're doing it on
I
Friday.
thought it was
Yeah.
a good day. We could do it
I'm
tomorrow.
I'll plan on it. Okay.
It can't be tomorrow because I got a thing in the morning tomorrow, so I'm going to be
Okay.
getting here. Not exactly.
Plus your macros are probably messed
Friday.
up or whatever.
Well,
with it.
today.
I'm going to ask
Yeah.
permission.
Yeah.
But
Don't
you
ask
have a P
permission.
card, so
Don't do
we
it.
can do what we
Don't
want.
do it.
Look, don't ask permission. If someone
For
asks,
forgiveness.
tell them to talk to Alex.
And then I'll go, oh, I already bought it. It's already set. We got you one. You want to try it? And then they're not going to say a thing after that. The only problem with the P card is you get run down by the accounting department, and they are.
If Cheryl asks, tell her we're trying to come up with a surprise for her birthday.
She's like, it was a month ago.
Content. They'll like it.
I know.
She's
We've
fine
got
with any
11 months to
content.
plan this thing. All right. Hey, we're going to go downstairs. We got a lot of show ahead of us here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You don't want to miss any of it. KSL Brightside continues 1 to 3 on KSL News Radio. You could download the podcast wherever podcasts are found. Tell a friend, teach a neighbor that the bright side is the way to do it. If you're listening, of course, on the stream, we're going to continue the stream downstairs. So for Caitlin, for Ethan, I'm Alex. We'll see you next time on KSL Brightside.
And the prosecutor's efforts that she works with.
President Trump says a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz is close without offering details if the U.S. and Iran are holding talks. Iranian officials say they're in talks with Oman on a joint agreement on controlling ship traffic. Russia carried out missile and drone attacks in Ukraine's capital, killing at least 17 in Kyiv. Ukraine's President Zelensky now calling for allies to help against Russia's aggression. This is ABC News.
Time for the KSL In-Depth. Yesterday, we told you that Utah took the win in a federal case against Kalshi, the prediction market platform that challenged the ability to operate in Utah despite our anti-gambling laws. So what's next? We spoke about the case with Utah Attorney General Derek Brown on Inside Sources.
Well, first of all, the law is already in effect, the law prohibiting gambling.
Okay. There
And
wasn't
so
any kind of stay.
what they were basically saying is, hey, the federal government preempts Utah's ability to enforce its law on these issues. And in fact, the legislature earlier this year passed very specific laws. Representative Elison introduced some language dealing with what are called prop bets, proposition bets.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're basically saying, look, you can't enforce this because this is, the federal government has the prerogative to enforce this under the Commodities Exchange Act. And we're basically saying, look, you can call betting on whether there will be a streaker during the Super Bowl a derivative or a market swap. But come on, like Congress
gambling.
didn't really intend to do that, and there's no what we call preemption, where we basically get sidestepped by the federal government. And that was the argument. I mean, we spent 4 hours in federal court a few weeks ago arguing this case and making the case that no, Utah can do this. I mean, we're one of 2 states in the country that have a prohibition in the state constitution. A fun fact, the other one is Hawaii. But basically that's it. And so that's why I feel like our legal case is very strong in terms of why we should be able to enforce our gambling laws. And so anyway, basically the court said, look, the case is over, it's done, and Utah can in fact enforce its gambling laws.
Brown says these prediction markets are the same as gambling, and that would hurt a lot of people in Utah.
This is a huge victory because the reality is gambling is a problem, and the prevalence of gambling amongst our young boys, teenagers and early 20s in our society is skyrocketing. I mean, if anybody who's listening and you've got a 21-year-old boy or 20 or 19, you ask them if they're doing this or if their friends are doing this. And I promise you, they will almost certainly say, yeah, it's everywhere.
The court disagreed with Kalshi on every point of the case, saying gambling is a field traditionally regulated by the states. And while Brown says this case has been closed, these discussions and issues are far from over. Traffic and weather together. It's brought to you by UCCU. Learn how to save more this summer at uccu.com. Ricky?
No accidents, no delays on the Valley freeways or our main secondaries. All those roadways in good shape. It's 33rd South with a closure in place, both east and westbound directions in South Salt Lake due to a gas line break. And you cannot travel east or westbound on 33rd between 7th West and about 10th West. You'll also see traffic blocked off north and southbound on 33rd and 9th West. So you need to avoid that area and plan for an alternate route. Crews are going to have this road shut down for a few hours. Help maintain fun at Lagoon. Now hiring full-time, year-round ride maintenance technicians and HVAC technicians. Apply at lagoonpark.com/jobs. Must be 18 or older. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
KSL 7-day forecast, bit of a warming trend and potentially record-breaking heat over the weekend. 95 today, mostly sunny, hazy. Bad air quality again on Thursday, 99. 103 on Friday, mostly sunny skies. We go to 103 again on Saturday, partly cloudy. Mixture of sunshine and clouds on Sunday, 101. And then how about next week? Monday, partly cloudy, 20% chance, 98. 96 and a 30% chance with mostly cloudy skies come Tuesday. From the KSL Weather Center, I'm Matt Johnson.
It's pretty smoky, 88 degrees in downtown Salt Lake City. And the 7-day forecast is brought to you by Performance Automotive Bountiful. Quick peek at the markets. It's a mixed day for the markets. The Dow, though, boy, still in record-breaking territory. Complete update of your money news is coming up next. If you've been thinking a lot about taking off those extra pounds, really improving your health, I want to tell you about a way to jumpstart your weight loss, and that is with Salt Lake City Fat Loss. This program helped me burn more than 40 pounds without strenuous workouts, and it's an all-natural program, which means it's not a crazy fad diet. There's no reason to worry about any sort of side effects from injections or medications or anything like that. And it costs a lot less than other programs because you have to buy things like prepackaged meals or undergo surgery, any of that stuff. You can just find out more at slcfatloss.com. I'm so excited to be out working in my yard without back spasm. It makes back spasms. It makes just a tremendous difference in your health when you take off those extra pounds. Many of their clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Call now, 801-450-1882, or go to slcfatloss.com, slcfatloss.com.
My friend Joey loves to use old familiar sayings.
You know what they say.
The problem is,
don't look at a gift horse, cause you can't make them drink.
He gets a lot on the mixed up.
People who live in glass houses,
here it comes,
shouldn't cry over spilt milk.
There are also a lot of sayings in the financial world, like, you'll pay lower taxes in retirement. But for many people, it's just not true. You may have done a great job saving in that 401k or IRA, but Uncle Sam is ready to grab a big portion of that money. The team at Galileo Wealth Management can help with strategies that you can start now to lower your tax bill in the future. More for you and less for Uncle Sam.
Or as they say, an apple a day is worth two in the bush.
Get the facts on your tax bill in retirement. Call Galileo Wealth today at 385-247-7000. It's 385-247-7000 or online at GalileoWealth.com.
And remember, a stitch in time keeps the doctor away. It does, you know.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
KSL News Time 12:54. Another foodborne illness has forced changes to the menu at a major fast food chain.
First, it was cyclosporiasis linked to lettuce at Taco Bell. Now, Chipotle Mexican Grill has removed jalapenos from its restaurants nationwide after a salmonella outbreak in Minnesota sickened more than 100 people. Investigations are going on in other states where the peppers might have been distributed.
That is ABC's Jim Ryan reporting. Watching Utah's Money, the latest jobs report reveals that job openings dropped sharply in the U.S., especially in the healthcare sector, but a pickup in hiring and a drop in layoffs is keeping things steady. Reuters reports the amount of job openings fell by about 178,000. The Trump administration says that $100 billion worth of tariff revenue has now been refunded to importers. That money is from the Liberation Day tariffs, which were struck down by the Supreme Court earlier this year. The $100 billion is about 60% of the total amount brought in. Football season hasn't even started yet, but Disney says the beloved Super Bowl commercials are already booked. Today, the media giant said that the advertisements that will play on ABC and ESPN during the big game are completely sold out. Variety says a 30-second spot went for $9 billion. And taking a look at your money at this moment, the Dow is up by 472 points, more than 0.75%, sitting at 54,558. S&P up by 6 points. The NASDAQ, though, it's down by about 0.5%, down 122 points. NASA is searching for a piece of SpaceX rocket that has potentially smashed into the moon. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
The drifting rocket was unintentionally on a collision course with the moon after a pair of lunar landers was launched more than a year ago. Though the crash would be an accident, scientists and skygazers are saying it's an exciting chance to learn more about the moon. Astronomers say the rocket had dumped its remaining fuel and could not be controlled.
NASA says it will use its Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter to try and spot the crater, but it could take time.
Thinking about replacing your windows? Choose the company that builds and installs them right here in Utah. Advanced Window Products is Utah's local window and door manufacturer that sells directly to homeowners. Nate Orchard here. At Advanced Window Products, there are no dealer fees, no middleman markups, and no extra costs to cover someone else's profit. From manufacturing to installation, every step is handled by Advanced Window Products' local team. Every window is custom built in Salt Lake City for Utah's homes and backed by one of the strongest warranties in the industry. A lifetime warranty covering labor, glass, and parts. Even better, it's fully transferable to the next homeowner. Right now, get $2,000 off when you purchase 10 or more windows. Financing is available, and Dominion Energy rebates may help you save even more. Call 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100, or visit us at advancedwindows.com. That's 801-850-9100 or advancedwindows.com.
KSL Broadcast Group contests are open to participants 18 years of age and older that are residents of Utah.
Then back up into the triple digits for the weekend. Right now, a lot of sunshine, but it's smoky. 88 degrees downtown.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
Good afternoon, 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small to look at our top stories this hour. We begin the hour with breaking news. A gas leak is happening in South Salt Lake right now and has forced road closures and evacuations already this afternoon. The South Salt Lake Police Department says 3300 South is closed in both directions from 700 East to 1000 East for the next few hours. The Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office says their office has had to be evacuated and other businesses are sheltering in place. The fire department says a construction company hit a gas line while drilling around noon. The gas company is on scene trying to locate and fix the leak. We will keep you updated. In other local news this hour, experts say this wildfire season has become one of the worst ones we've ever seen, but not just because of how many total acres have burned here in Utah. University of Utah professor Dr. Phil Dennison says this is the first year we've ever had 3 fires each burn at least 80,000 acres of vegetation.
There have only been a total of 10 fires since 1986 that have burned that much vegetation in Utah.
And Dennison says we're also seeing more of our woodlands and forests burned than ever before, which he says could cause problems for water quality, recreation, and the ecosystem as a whole. He says hotter temperatures and less rain and snow are the main culprits, and if that trend continues, like it has been over the last 20 years or so, we could see more large fires ignite closer to the Wasatch Front. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. Fire crews battling the ongoing wildfires in Washington state are beginning to breathe a sigh of relief as the weather conditions there improve. ABC's Alex Stone is outside Spokane with the latest.
They've had a lot of progress in the last 2 days or so because the winds have been non-existent here, and firefighters are telling us, in fact, I spent some time yesterday talking to an LA fire division chief. He says that these fires are not very active any longer because they had the weather change.
Some families are starting to return home after the devastating wildfires destroyed more than 700 structures over the weekend. Quick look at your money at this moment. Mixed results on Wall Street right now. The Dow is currently up 395 points, up to 54,481. The S&P is barely up 3 points, and the NASDAQ is in the red, currently down 147 points. Coming up, staying in the double digits a little bit longer, but we could see a record-breaking weekend. Very, very hot. We'll take a look at the forecast next. KSL News Time 102.
A reminder about the simplest way to get updated for your day.
Hit your KSL preset when you jump in the car, and we'll take care of the rest.
Hear key news updates and traffic reports.
Andy and Amanda from 5 to 9 in your car.
KSL News Radio at 102.7 FM.
Hi, this is Doug Wright. I'm here with Monty from Connecticut Quality Water Systems of Salt Lake, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. And I was thinking the other day, Monty, that every water softener I've ever seen has a giant tank that holds bags and bags of water softener salt. Well, except one, the one I have in my home. And I picture this, my Connecticut has the little salt tank about the size of a paper shredder or a small trash can.
Well, Doug, that's because the Connecticut water softeners use so much less salt, an average of 70% less than other water softeners. So you don't need a tank that holds 6 or 8 bags of salt.
I love the fact that it's so easy to fill because I don't have to lift those bags up so high, and it seems like those bags of salt, well, they're getting heavier every year.
Yes, it does. When you're using 1 bag of salt for every 3 a regular water softener uses, there's no need for a large salt tank.
Tired of lifting those heavy salt bags to fill your giant water softener salt tank? Go to softwaterutah.com. That's softwaterutah.com.
If you're in the market for a new vehicle, start at Performance Automotive in Bountiful. Browse a large inventory of Ford, Toyota, and Honda vehicles, plus hundreds of quality pre-owned options. Whether you're upgrading your daily commute, looking for more space for the family, or ready for your next truck or SUV, the team at Performance Automotive can help you find the right fit. Visit Performance Ford, Performance Toyota, and Performance Honda today, or shop online at performancebountiful.com.
Traffic and weather together is brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. Here's Ricky Meese.
We do have a disabled vehicle at the ramp, northbound I-15, 1400 North End, Springville. You can get around. You need to do so carefully. But the main flow of all the Valley freeways seeing a good drive. The road closure remains in place, east and westbound 33rd South between about 7th West and 10th West. Earn double points on gas and groceries this summer, plus 10,000 bonus points when you open a new Cypress CU Rewards Visa. Learn more at cypresscu.com. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Starting to warm up more day by day. Look for a high of 95 degrees today with plenty of sunshine. We're going to be flirting with triple digits tomorrow with a high of 99. And then the National Weather Service has issued an extreme heat warning for Friday and Saturday. Could set daily records each day, forecasted highs of 103 degrees. Right now, it's currently 88 degrees and mostly clear in downtown Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Out-of-staters like to talk about us, but I think they want to move here.
And Alex Curie.
Ethan, they hate us because they ain't us.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Welcome, everyone, to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard, and I've got Alex Curie here with me. And thanks so much for tuning in. It's Wednesday, so we're on the downhill slope, everybody. We're going to make it.
Good job. You did it, everybody.
We're going to make it.
Yeah. Well, you didn't do it. The whole point is that you're in the middle of doing it.
We're in the middle of doing it. We're just on the other side of the middle of doing it. So we're halfway through.
All right.
And I'm ready, Alex, just to jump right in and do the three things.
Okay. We got it right here in front of us. So we've got some stuff to update you on. And, of course, we add things as soon as we get them right in front of us. And this is one of those times where we're able to add a couple new things here. So let's get going with the three things.
Your top trending stories happening right now. KSL Brightside's The Three Things.
All right, the first thing that you should probably know about, and I was listening to the report out in the newsroom.
Yeah, I heard Adam talking about it for sure.
And that is that there's a gas leak down on 33rd South, and they've got 33rd South closed east and west at about 9th West. So right there near Golf in the Round, just avoid that area. And I'm just looking at the map here. There's also a crash on 33rd South over by I-15, which is probably related, right, to all of what's happening. Because when you have
how so people sniffing gas and then falling off the road, what's going on?
Each other?
Come on.
Well, when you have thick traffic, you can have fender benders.
Okay.
Right? And those fender benders are going to sit in the lane and wait for a police officer to come and push them onto the shoulder. So you might want to avoid that area. It is causing a lot of problems around I-15 there. So. Next up, Alex, the second thing. A Utah man has been identified as a victim of the weekend shooting at In-N-Out Burger in Idaho. Did you hear about this?
I did not know that one of them was a Utahn, but yeah.
Dale Schultz of Salt Lake City, 66 years old, is one of the three people who were killed in that shooting at the In-N-Out Burger. Another of the victims was a young woman from California. Another one was a man from Hagerman, Idaho. So that sure is sad.
So they're trying to figure out, these are the hardest things too. Not that it doesn't do anything except for, we always want answers after something like this, right? You have a senseless shooting like this, and for all that we can tell so far, and certainly by just the range of the victims and the just like how, it felt so senseless and random. It was just a person who was on a rampage. That's what it looked and felt like. But people want, and police are, as I was reading, I think today, they were like desperately searching for a motive. And I'm like, these are the hardest ones where you just go, they're not going to write some. When you get the manifesto, it still doesn't help. Yeah. But when you get the manifesto, you go, okay, I kind of see what's going on here with this guy. Yeah. But with this, they're like, so far that we've been able to find, no motive. And when there's no motive, and when it's a struggle to figure out what happened, it makes it somehow that much more difficult to swallow.
Yeah.
Because it's just, no motive is the hardest part for me. I hope that we're able to, and again,
I bet they will. I
hope that we're able to piece together some of his social media postings or whatever his family was saying or whatever he had told family members or whatever he had written or some letter that he had put in a car, if we're going to find any of that stuff, because you just want to get some semblance of what happened here.
I bet they'll come up with enough to kind of get us in the ballpark for
and even
who
a motive.
This guy is and what his reason is.
Even a motive doesn't explain these 3 deaths. You know what I mean?
No. Well,
because it's one thing to go, I went to school and he was going after these teachers and these students. You know what I mean? Like, we've heard that before.
Yeah.
And then there's sometimes where they just go out there and they're causing chaos.
Yeah.
And that's either
there's
way.
never an excuse for it, but there often is a reason.
Right, but there's never and by the end of it, like I said, it doesn't make anybody feel any better. But I think hearing a motive at least would be like, okay, what was the issue with this person? Or at least to be able to get behind the mind of somebody who was struggling so much, or it's such a problem that
I bet they will, because we know his
bridge.
family. We know his family has been cooperating, right? And so I bet they will. I bet this family's turning over his computer, passwords, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I bet they'll find enough to kind of piece it together and say, okay, this is who this young man was, and this is why we think he opened fire at the In-N-Out Burger. It's just frustrating that we still have these things happening. And then the third thing, Alex, an interesting twist happening in the European wildfires. Now, already the wildfires that are sweeping across Europe are unprecedented. They are historic. 250,000 people, 250,000 people have been forced to evacuate across Europe due to these just out-of-control wildfires, and it's been unprecedented. But listen to this, Alex. Firefighters working in the area of the French village of Le Porge started to hear explosions out in the wildfire. Did you hear this?
No.
Started to hear explosions. So they go out there, and you know what happened? The wildfire uncovered and started to trigger a field full of old World War II unexploded munitions.
No.
Yeah.
That is fascinating.
They're all over the place. So
well, yeah, they would be. I mean, people find this stuff all the time. They go, "What's this in my dad's? What was this in my dad's backyard?"
And everyone's like, "Shovel!"
I know. Everyone's like, "Get out of there!" So this just shows you though too when you have those online things where they go, "Well, any unexploded ordnances." Don't just go, "That's a cool thing. We should dig that up and put it in our living room because it looks cool." This should be the indicator that anytime you find something that looks like a bomb and you live in France,
so these things
you should probably, or anywhere, frankly, you should probably call your law enforcement officials, because the fire setting them off that's crazy. I hadn't heard that at all. That's wild.
So the fire setting them off, the explosions triggered the search, and they found over 400 rounds, over 400 shells.
There's got to be thousands more too.
They
right?
gathered them and then did a controlled demolition, and they were able to get rid of them. But isn't that just incredible?
That is bonkers, and it also doesn't really. I mean, that stuff fascinates me anyway. I just started watching the Tom Hanks History Channel. You're a history guy. Wasn't that your major in college? Something like that?
Yeah.
Something stupid like that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. I say that because I love history.
Yeah.
And it was also one of those things where if somebody was majoring in history, they were like, well, obviously they're going to get their law degree or going to work at KSL.
That is, well, journalism is a destination for history degrees.
But also journalism was also a degree that people were like, oh, okay, so where are you going to do your master's? Where are you going to get your doctorate?
You know what? A history degree is good training in reading comprehension and writing. So anywhere where you need reading, you need to be able to read and understand, and then you need to be able to write and be understood. A history degree is good training for that.
Yeah. Anyway, bottom line is the Tom Hanks History Channel going through World War II is another. It's a masterpiece for me. I love that stuff. But when you think about how much of Europe is still. I mean, you go through, you can see where you can see the crazy trenches that run through France, right? Like from an overhead view, they're like, look at all these trenches, and they're there, and they'll never be not there. They're just they're going to forever scar the land. And part of it is they keep it like that too, to just be like, well, look, this is out in the middle of nowhere, but these were the places where the final resting places for a lot of people, and the middle of nowhere. And it was just,
but he's never recovered.
And the Great War was awful, and then you add World War II to it. And I'm telling you, there are things just like this. I mean, it's like out of the cartoons when you're a kid. There would be like an old bomb like in the dirt, and it would be like almost like a statue, like, hey, and they can blow up. And if it's 2026, we're talking 80 plus years later, and these are blowing up in your backyard because the wildfires are going off and passing through, like, call your local whomever to be able to make sure and get that taken care of.
Yeah, I just thought it was just an amazing connection back to World War II. with these fires uncovering those bombs.
Pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to take our first break of the day. Ethan, how many streaming services do you think you have? You try to manage it as well as you guys can.
I know how many we have.
How many do you have?
We have 3.
And when we come back, Ethan's going to tell you the top 3 streaming services they have in the Millard family, but also their weird rotation thing that they go through, that they work on.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way better system already, I could tell you, than the one we have, which is I have no idea how many streaming services we have.
Yeah.
I have no idea how many we're paying for. I have no idea how many that I look at and go, I thought this was free.
Here's the trick is how many are you paying twice for?
Oh, I don't want to hear that at all, ever. But Disney is weighing a free ad-supported streaming service. We'll tell you how that's going to work out. Stay right here with us. More to go. It's KSL Brightside.
Hi, I'm Maria Chaleos, and I'd like to tell you about my podcast, the KSL News Daily. Every weekday morning, we'll deliver one story explored in depth, plus the 3 things you need to know before your day begins.
But this is new. This is where we human beings are able to trick AI.
This is news with context from the journalists you trust.
Agencies were less than willing to speak with us about this.
Find and follow the KSL News Daily at kslpodcast.com or wherever you listen.
Murphy's Law says that if your air conditioner is going to break down this summer, it's going to be when you least expect it and at the worst possible time. And for a lot of homeowners, the fear isn't just the breakdown. It's worrying about what happens next. Is this going to cost a fortune? Am I going to be pressured into replacing it? Can somebody just help me figure out what's wrong? At Any Hour Services, that's exactly what we're here for. Maybe your system just needs maintenance to help prevent breakdowns before they happen. Maybe a part failed, and a simple repair gets you back up and running quickly. Or maybe your system's getting older, repairs are adding up, and you think replacing it makes more sense. Whatever the situation, we'll walk you through your options, answer your questions, and make sure you have the information you need to make the decision that's right for your home and your budget. Maintenance, repair, or replacement, you choose what's right for you. That's how Any Hour Services works. Options, not pressure. Call Any Hour Services next time you need help with your air conditioner. Google Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhourservices.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
I want to extend an invitation to stop hiding in the back of photos. I know what that feels like.
Mm-hmm.
How long can you hold your breath for the photo before you finally have to let it out?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that anymore once you go through Soda Diet and Nutrition, because they will change how you look. I let go of 70 pounds in 5 months.
And I let go of 37 pounds in 3 months. I remember when I was heavy, I used to wear jackets even in 100 degrees in the summer because I wanted something to cover my waist. Do you know how fun it is to be able to tuck a T-shirt in? This is the simple things in life. Tucking a shirt, wearing shorts, and not feeling, self-conscious is awesome.
Putting a belt on that goes right below your belly button where it's supposed to go?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was possible. And then it was because of Soda Diet and Nutrition.
Right now, you can get 4 weeks for free by calling 866-800-SODA and just mentioning KSL.
But the time's running out to take advantage of this, so call 866-800-SODA, mention KSL, and get 4 weeks free because soda is, say it with me, Amanda, state of the art.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Do you want to walk, play pickleball, and enjoy other fun activities to stay healthy, but you can't because of bad feet? Hi, this is Mike, and the Good Feet store wants to help.
I just had difficulty walking. I tried them on in the store, and my foot felt so much better.
Do you keep buying new shoes and inserts with little or no relief?
I tried all kinds of shoes. It was the arch supports that made the difference from the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet, knees, or back problems get in the way of staying healthy and having fun.
Thanks to the Good Feet store, I bowl in 3 nights a week.
Get back to doing what you love. At the Good Feet store, we'll personally fit you with high-quality arch supports to maximize your comfort. Stop in the Good Feet store or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. We have locations in Farmington, Riverton, and Sandy.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Turn your afternoon around on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Curie, and we want to draw your attention to something that we have up on. Is it Instagram, Caitlin? The burrito thing.
Some of the socials are up there, yeah.
It's on Instagram and various other social media outlets where you can find KSL Brightside. But
all the stuff Ethan doesn't participate in. But yeah, go ahead.
Stay off social media. But if you are there and you're just not going to put it down, give us a shot. I don't know what else to say.
Doom scroll through our page every once in a while, would you?
But we talked earlier on the stream, on the live stream, about this new limited time thing that Cafe Rio is doing, which is the Utah burrito. They designed a burrito for us. And so we thought, well, what would you put? And we'll let their burrito be their burrito. But we asked the question, what would you put on a Utah burrito? How would you theme a burrito for here in Utah? You can send us a text at 57500, or you can participate with the conversation wherever social media is found.
Our buddy Kurt Bester weighed in, very first comment online, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, that Kurt Bester.
What did he say?
Have to add Velveeta.
Yeah, see, he knows.
As a nod to what Utahns use to fish. That's what he said.
See, Kurt knows. I saw him 2 weeks ago. He was here at Broadcast House.
Yeah, I saw him
upstairs.
I famously inherited his desk years ago in this building. So
he was working on his, I mean, I don't think I'm spoiling anything. We all know what Kurt does. We all know
it's Christmas specials.
His thing. So he was getting the ball rolling on that. So it was cool to see.
Never ends. I think I saw him this last summer, maybe because he's an Orem High grad, and my mother-in-law graduated at the same time. I think they grew up right down the street from one another too, and he sang at one of the Orem High high school reunions. So anyway, bottom line is Velveeta was one I did not have in the cards, but we do have similar things going on. Lots of pastrami commentary
naturally,
and I think that's a great one. That's not on the actual Cafe Rio Utah burrito.
Everyone's got their own interpretation of this.
Are you comfortable sharing what's on the Utah burrito?
No,
because you don't have it in front of you, or we're keeping it a secret.
Well, are they gonna sponsor our show? I mean, what's gonna happen here?
I'll just say this: it's got burrito ingredients on it
It's got lime chili French fries on it.
It does have lime chili French fries on it. It does have, and I will say, I think this is the only thing they've done, at least, that has ground beef on it. It's seasoned ground beef.
Yeah.
Which is what the base of all the Taco Bell items are, but Cafe Rio, that's never really been their thing.
Yeah.
But I thought if there is a Utah thing that's a protein, ground beef would be.
Yeah, growing up, ground beef was the number one protein source in my family. It went in all the casseroles.
We're going to take all the flavor out of our hot sauce just to be really more Utah-like with our tacos. So anyway, bottom line is, there you go.
All right, next up, though, Disney is putting together a free version of their streaming, which would be supported exclusively by ads. And I'm actually fine with this, because one of the most annoying things to ever happen was when the different subscription streaming services, where you already have to pay their monthly fee, when they all started putting ads in on top of the monthly fee.
Yeah.
That drives me up the wall.
It does. I was like, I guess we get like a free, we pay for some version of Peacock as a streaming service.
Yeah.
And yet it doesn't matter what we watch. There seems to be an ad at the bottom of the screen. And I'll tell you, sometimes when you get to that 180-second ad,
yeah,
I'm like, dude, I think we've kind of hit the mark here. When you're doing full 3-minute commercial breaks, but I'm paying for the streaming, what are we doing? You know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. So I would like to cheer on Disney for offering, as long as it truly is free, ad-supported television, because you know what? And people make a big deal about the ads. I don't want to know the ads.
Well,
that's how I grew up. I grew up watching ads.
I am too. I'm just saying, if I'm already paying for the stream, if I'm already paying for the streaming service, then why am I getting 180-second ads on top of it?
And yes, this is why if it's ad-supported, I feel like it's got to be free. Now, Alex, here's why I think young people should not be afraid of the ads. Because it could be, and used to be, way worse. So if you're watching television, right? Let's say you're watching a movie, right? Friday night movie, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Movie of the week, right? On TV.
Sure.
What do you get? You get ads, but you also get edited for time and content.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yep.
So they got so you're watching a shortened movie that's also full of ads. That is terrible.
By
So
the
at
time you get
least
down to
streaming-
the end of Shawshank Redemption, by the way, and it's every 11 minutes you have an ad that's 4 minutes, like because you're getting to the end of the movie, and they just start ramping up how much they're doing, and you're like, no, they're doing it again. They went to another commercial. So just don't be stupid with your ads, Disney. That's what you're saying?
So I think I'm glad they're doing this. I would support this because we're not currently subscribing to Disney.
How many?
Plus.
Okay, so and by the way, you do periodically.
We rotate around.
How is it that? Because one time I suggested, the only reason I found this out is because, and I want people to tell me if this is a good move or a bad move. But I asked Ethan one time, I go, hey, have you seen blah, blah, blah? It's on Netflix. And you go, we're not on Netflix right now. I was like, you don't have Netflix. You're like, well, no, we're in a Disney rotation currently. Yeah. And I was like, what? So you say you have 3 things you pay for streaming-wise. What makes the top 3 cut then?
Well, we have Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And then we have Peacock.
Okay.
And we have Apple TV.
Oh, okay. So now
those are the 3 right now that we have active.
And what's up next? And what's the rotation
Well,
look
I
like
want to
for
go
you?
back to Netflix.
Okay.
Because you won't shut up about that TV show.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to Netflix.
What gets the cut when you do that then? Is it Apple TV or is it Disney?
I don't know. Emily kind of.
Okay.
That's Emily's
her
purview.
territory.
Yeah,
right.
that's her purview. But yeah, we rotate through them, and then you watch what's there, and then you move on to something else, and it's no problem. I think I like it that way. I think it's a smarter way to do it because there are things now that are unique to each streaming service that are worth watching, right? But if you get them all at the same time, you just bury yourself. So cycle through, if there's a so for example, when we go back to Disney Plus sometime maybe next year, I'll go and I'll finish the last season of Andor, which I haven't finished yet. It'll be great, and something I can look forward to. It happens sometime next year. I'll polish off Andor, right? That's how you do it.
I'm trying to think what we have streaming-wise. I know we have Prime like you do. We have Disney.
You have all of them.
But the thing is like the Disney bundle we have, and so the Disney bundle has Hulu in it, but I also get it for the ESPNs also. And then we have the Netflix, and I think Peacock. I think that's it. But there was a moment where my kids were doing add-ons here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should get this thing right here. And what I realized was, oh my goodness, I'm getting paid inside of Prime. I'm paying $4.99 for
Hulu,
the kids thing,
or
right, PBS, or then like, oh, the History Channel, this or whatever. And I was like, at one point, my wife and I are looking at each other, and I go, I think we're paying for Prime, obviously, just like because we were Prime members.
Yeah.
But then we're paying another like $38 a month or whatever it was up to. We canceled all those little rinky-dink add-on ones.
Yeah,
that we don't need.
You got to. They'll bury you.
Yeah.
And then you know what else? You start paying. You start paying for streaming services more than once. You're double billed under different emails.
Yeah.
And it's a giant mess.
Right. And I have one of those. Services that like tries to flag for that stuff when it goes, hey, you're paying for X, Y, and Z already, or look at these are your subscriptions that you have, and that has more than once led me to go cancel.
Mm-hmm.
And so we try to stay on top of that. But I have a hard time because here's how they get you. Because remember how, cable was a racket, Millard. No, it was a racket.
Well, when cable first came around, it was supposed to be ad-free.
And you remember what happened, too, was cable came around, and then it ended up being $170 a month at one point. And you're like, I'm not doing this again. Cancel cable. I'm getting the Disney bundle. Wow, awesome. It's $19.99 a month. Mm-hmm. And then you got this other one and this other one, this other one. And I think we've probably all sailed past. The cable companies are pointing and laughing at us because they go, you said you didn't want to pay this much? And I'll tell you what they all benefit from is me not knowing sometimes where I found a show.
Yep.
I'll go, that's on, I think, what was that on?
Roku's helpful for that because then it'll search all of them
It'll do all of them. And I know some of them do that, but I'm just saying like, in my head, I'm like, I don't even know what service I got this off of.
You know what's gotten expensive for me?
Children.
Football.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Welcome. Welcome to the world of overdoing it on football and being able to go, yeah, but I did want to see that thing.
Mhm.
I did want to see that game.
Mhm.
I want to see this matchup.
I mean, it's fun to always get Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football. I mean, those are fun, but if they're not your teams, you're on the
well,
hook for
and then you know what's been happening now? The big move now is for companies that don't normally carry games, like Netflix or like some of these other streaming platforms. Peacock did the same thing where they go, oh, you want to see this playoff game? Well, you better get Peacock Plus or what is it? NBC. Yeah, it's Peacock Plus.
We got a text here. We have 5 streaming services. Through T-Mobile, we pay $3 for 3.
See, now that's not bad at all.
Also, Amazon Prime and paid 1 year for HBO Max to watch Dragons and Lotus.
See, and that's one that I haven't pulled the trigger on. It feels so
HBO Max.
Even though I'll pay other money for these other things, HBO Max feels like it's like. Because when I was a kid, HBO was
the premium.
Yes, and it still feels like the thing where I'm like, I don't deserve this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or we don't need that
smut.
That inappropriate content coming across here.
Right.
Hold on, let me see this TVMA other thing that I'm watching.
I
over
remember
on this
as a
other
kid, families that had HBO was like semi-scandalous.
Oh yeah, you're like,
HBO.
what are you watching on it? What are you watching on HBO?
Porn.
Obviously. You have kids and you have HBO. You're a bad person.
You know what they show on HBO?
that was the idea. Was like the kids we grew up in a similar era where it was like
the analog time.
Obviously you have HBO so that you can watch disgusting television. And now everybody's just watching gross TV and then pretending like it's okay because it's on Netflix. Yeah. Oh, Netflix is so clean. All right. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We have news, traffic, and weather right now. When we return, we've got something for you. I've got a big thing for you when it comes to a study about super movers suggesting exceptional mobility late in life. Are you ever going to be that person, Ethan, that becomes that half marathoner as you just took a giant bite of a bar here in the studio? All right, we'll take more of your texts also, what belongs on the Cafe Rio Utah burrito. Stay here, more to go. It is KSL Brightside.
Good afternoon, 1:31 at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small. To look at our top stories this half hour. The man accused of killing Santaquin Police Sergeant Bill Hoosier more than 2 years ago is being ordered to stand trial. KSL News Radio's Becky Bruce reports.
The judge in the case ordered Michael Jane to stand trial on 15 different criminal charges, including aggravated murder, which is a capital offense. His written ruling came after a preliminary hearing where prosecutors argued Jane intentionally spun his semi around in order to hit Sergeant Hoosier in May 2024. Jane's attorney claims he was suffering from hallucinations and delusions and that the hit was not intentional. The judge has agreed there's enough evidence now to send Jane to trial, but has not yet set a date. Becky Bruce, KSL News Radio.
A 19-year-old has been sentenced 25 years to life in prison today for aggravated murder while trying to rob an apartment in Washington County. Simeon Kalnum-Tua broke into an apartment belonged to Branson Bryles and Nikki and his girlfriend. When they returned home, they say they saw Kalnum-Tua wearing a ski mask, and police say he shot Nick Aniki. The teen pled guilty to aggravated murder. 10 other charges were dropped as part of that plea deal. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. ABC News is projecting that progressive candidate Dr. Abdul El-Sayed appears to have narrowly outlasted moderate Representative Haley Stevens in the closely watched Michigan Senate Democratic primary. In his victory speech earlier today, El-Sayed called for Democrats to unite behind him for November's general election, saying he has already spoken with Representative Stevens.
And we're going to build a movement that reaches out to everybody. I know not everybody's going to agree with me on everything. That's not how this works. But I do know that they agree with me on the need to beat Mike Rogers.
Now El-Sayed is expected to face Republican Representative Mike Rogers in November's general election in an open seat being vacated by retiring Senator Gary Peters. It is a must-win for Democrats. Your money at this moment, the Dow is still in the green, up 372 points. The S&P barely in the green, up 1.5 points. And the NASDAQ is in the red, currently down 144. Coming up, another scorching weekend coming up. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time 1:33.
The sources where we get our news matters.
When you listen to Utah's Morning News, we want you to feel the stories are important to you and trustworthy. This is Amanda Dixon.
And I'm Andy Farnsworth. Join us weekday mornings on KSL News Radio.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Trying to make sense of the markets? Looking to diversify out of all the craziness? Thinking about tangible assets like precious metals? Listen to The Gold Show with Walt Phillips right here on KSL at 3 p.m. Sunday afternoons. Stay up to date on retirement trends, how the IRA rollover process works, and why investors are turning to physical gold. Walt is a national talk show host with decades of experience in the markets. Tune in for Walt's Insights and The Gold Show this Sunday afternoon at 3.
This water bottle is 1 cent. Should we get it? Yeah, it's literally 1 cent.
A penny? Sounds perfect until you spot the $90 shipping. These are the traps hiding in your back-to-school budget. You're the one doing the math at checkout, so we did the homework. From shrinking notebook sizes to backpack surprises.
55. Too much for a backpack.
KSL's Matt Gephardt shows you exactly where to spend less and send your kids to class ready. Back-to-school bargains Thursday at 10.
Traffic and weather together is brought to you by UCCU. Learn how to save more this summer at uccu.com. Here's Ricky Meese.
A crash on southbound I-15 approaching the 33rd South exit ramp is blocking a right lane, causing some delays. And 33rd South itself remains closed all directions at the intersections between 7th and 10th West. But east and westbound 33rd South blocked to traffic. Another disabled vehicle. It's northbound I-215's East Belt near 33rd South. Looking for a new ride? Doug Smith offers great savings on new and used vehicles. Big selection, great prices, and great people. Visit us in American Fork, Spanish Fork, Linden, or at heydoug.net. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Look for a high of 95 degrees today in Salt Lake City with overnight lows in the low 60s. It's going to be a little chilly tonight. High of 99 tomorrow, and then we could be breaking daily records Friday and Saturday for heat with an excessive heat warning now in place in the National Weather Service. Highs Friday and Saturday forecasted at 103 degrees. Right now, 88 degrees in downtown Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Millard.
Alex, you don't care about gas prices. You've got an electric vehicle.
And Alex Keary.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Here comes my moral superiority rolling down I-15.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Keary, and we sure do appreciate you tuning in. Now, you know me, Alex. I'm anti-social media.
Oh, I thought you were just going to go anti-social.
I don't think anyone should be on social media unless it's like something you want to do as like a hobby. But I think
What do you mean as a hobby?
As a hobby, I mean literally that.
Our producer, Caitlin, she does a really, really good job on social media. And then you're over here spending your calories poo-pooing it. She does a good job, man.
She does a phenomenal job. Caitlin is the best. And I'm glad it's her that has to deal with that.
And not you. Yeah.
Now, we've found, though, a new problem with social media. And that is it acts as a reinforcement engine for something called limerence.
Huh?
Have you ever heard of the word limerence? This is a new word for me. I was unfamiliar with this word at all. The word limerence, the definition is an involuntary psychological state of intense romantic obsession and infatuation with another person.
So stalking?
Nope.
Oh,
it's not stalking.
Huh?
It's not stalking.
It's like an idealized image of someone in your head.
It's a state of intense romantic obsession and infatuation. So here's what happens on social media. on social media platforms.
Gosh,
they
I have so many women who are like this with me. They're like
so you know.
They're limerinced with me.
They're limerinced.
Mm-hmm.
So they provide what basically digital crumbs, profile updates, intermittent reinforcement, and that tricks the brain's reward system into a loop of addictive craving and emotional withdrawal. In other words, the structure of social media can lead to this kind of intense infatuation.
Creepiness.
You get intermittent rewards through checking a profile or seeing a tiny little interaction. That gives a quick dopamine hit. Acts like a variable ratio reward schedule that reinforces the compulsive habit of checking on this person. Okay? You have fantasy construction. Digital profiles only show a curated highlight reel. This lack of mundane reality makes it easy to project an idealized fantasy onto the person and ignore their actual flaws.
So that's not healthy.
No, it's limerence. And then you have hypervigilance and rumination.
Tell me about the hypervigilance part.
That is where features like so-and-so has seen this, online timestamps, story views, it traps you into this loop of anxiety where you're constantly analyzing.
How many likes have I gotten since the last 9 minutes ago when I checked to see how many likes I had?
You're analyzing even minor digital cues for signs of reciprocation.
Okay, let me bring up one that's even more.
That's the feedback is you think it might be reciprocated, and you look for that.
Let me bring back one of these other things that is some version of what you've been talking about, and that is, and I know people who do it, and I've been guilty of this myself in the past.
Limerence?
No. The opposite, which is like. You have a little bit of a hate scroll situation. Not hate scroll. You have a hate follow situation.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I can't stand that person. Let me see what that person I can't stand did today.
Oh, they're so lame.
Am I the only person that does that?
No.
I know a lot of people that do that.
Yeah.
They I will follow people and it's wholly so that my wife that I can send it to my wife and be like, could you believe what they did again today?
Yeah.
Look at what they're doing. Or you're related to this person. Or can you believe like this? I don't even know this person anymore, you know, or whatever it might be. But, they've totally sold out. Oh, she's totally sold out. Look at what she's doing. Look what she's trying to sell me now. Oh, can you believe it? Now, in most times of your life when somebody annoys you, you don't follow them around and it is the most insane. And by the end of it, you kind of go, oh, I'm the weirdo. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That person has this content up and I cannot stand it. And yet I keep following it because of the fact that I cannot stand it. It gives me some weird version of entertainment. I can't understand. We don't do it with anything else. When I hate a TV show, Ethan, I don't watch it. I don't finish it. You know what I mean? I don't go, let's see what this stupid thing is doing today. Let's see what this person's doing. Oh, man, I can't stand that guy. I'm going to go give myself 20 minutes with him. No, you're absolutely right. But for some reason in social media, it's like an okay thing.
Yeah. You're
it's not an
right.
okay. It's actually not. You're getting this stupid smirk on your face because I'm saying all this and you go, told you so.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put it in exactly those terms, but yeah, I kind of told you so.
I know, but I'm just saying that these are all like psychological weirdness that have happened. Look, people have obsessed over people from a distance romantically.
Sure.
Since the beginning of time.
Yep.
I don't know if there's ever been an example in humanity where it's just like, oh my gosh, I cannot stand them. I have to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and, in the analog world.
I guess it's kind of some version, like gossip is kind of one of those things where like you can't stop talking about that person. Gossipers do that.
Yeah.
But this is like the same version of that, I guess. I don't know.
In the analog world, there are natural limits on what can happen with things like this when you become infatuated with someone. There are natural limits, right? Distance and time being among them.
There are no updates you get from these people.
You're going to be limited in the time you can see them, spend with them. If you try and go beyond that, if you try and go beyond the natural amount of time, you risk things like being arrested. And so like there's a natural kind of limit to how much you can pursue a one-sided infatuation, right? And so there are a lot of things that happen that are going to kind of force you to just let it go, right? If it's not going to happen. But on social media, that is not the case. And that leads to, and this is a new word, so this is our word of the day. Limerence. Limerence is a state, it's an involuntary psychological state of intense romantic obsession and infatuation. This is a feature of social media. And now we have a word for it. And we can all stay away from it because it is not right.
Yeah, and listen, obsessing on social media, from a personal standpoint, like obviously an unhealthy relationship with somebody in your head doesn't exist. Then there's the unhealthy relationship with humanity that you kind of end up getting too, right? Like the broad antisocial behavior that you end up ironically getting from social media, where you're like, you start distancing yourself from reality a lot more. You start having these thoughts, these grandiose thoughts, or you start thinking to yourself, the world stinks, I'm going to do something about it, or the world stinks, I don't want to be a part of it. None of these things are good for it.
Correct.
So there you go. All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got more around the corner. You don't want to miss any of it. I told you we've got this Cafe Rio Utah burrito, and we're asking people what should go on it. I actually have had a ton of friends reach out and text me and go, what should be on it? This, 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 and this. Now, we have the actual one. We'll give you the ingredients of what it is. And then, but we can also just kind of keep going through there. Plus, I told you about this these super movers. Ethan, if it improved your brain health, would you consider being one of those half marathoners later in life?
I guess so.
Right.
I'm actually worried about my brain health, so.
We'll talk about it. It's all coming up next. It's KSL Brightside.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Hi, this is Doug Wright, and I've been a fan of Hale Center Theater from the very beginning. But there is something about this season that is just off the charts. Maybe it's due to the 3 stages now, which accommodate an amazing variety. Take, for example, showing right now on the Beehive stage, Thornton Wilder's Pulitzer Prize-winning novel and Tony Award-winning play is an absolute must-see. It's Our Town. This is a touching story focusing on 2 families in a small town, the sorrows, the joys, the reflections of lives well lived. And then, coming up, we've got Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. The music, the staging, the pure fun of it makes Joseph an all-time favorite. And in mid-August, it's Moriarty. This is the time for you to lock down your tickets for all of the wonderful productions at Hale Center Theater. And all you have to do is go to hct.org.
Sign up for KSL Text Alerts. Get breaking news and traffic updates by texting the word news to 57500. Want access to exclusive contests? Text contest to 57500. Jazz fans, text the word jazz for breaking jazz updates. And Cougar fans, text BYU to 57500 for the latest on the Cougars. Message and data rates may apply.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Most families get their financial advice in pieces. A financial advisor here, a CPA there, an estate attorney somewhere else. Everyone means well, but nobody's talking to each other, and those gaps can work against you. Trajan Wealth's family office brings wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning together, not as separate conversations, but as one coordinated system built around your life, your goals, and the people who matter most. Ours is a true family office, not one that refers you out because it's convenient. This kind of dedicated collaboration used to require a 7-figure net worth, but here's the game changer. Trajan kicked that door open. Trajan advisors are fiduciaries, always obligated, always honored to act in your best interest. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax.
Any Hour Services can help unclog any drain in your house, whether you have a backup, a clog, or a slow drain you want fixed. Call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Your lunch hour just got more interesting on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Keary, and Alex, I want to introduce everyone to another new term. Okay, so we're learning all kinds of new words.
What was the other one? Sibilance. What was it?
Limerence.
Limerence.
Yeah, limerence. But
hold on.
See that?
Oh yeah. Doc Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Limerence.
Now, I want to introduce everyone to the term called super movers.
Oh.
Super movers.
That makes it sound like a big tractor.
It's not a moving
over
company.
at Copper Mountain. Yeah,
it's a great name for a moving company.
Yeah,
super movers. They are adults aged 80 and older who walk faster than 93% of their peers. So if you are the fastest walker in your retirement home, you may be one of these super movers.
Well, maybe even pre-retirement
80.
home.
Here's the thing, though, is that according to new research published in Neurology, those fast walkers are 50% less likely to develop cognitive impairment and 60% less likely to be diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia compared to the slowing walking
Why
peers.
is that? Is it the blood flow situation? Like, maybe it's that the people, if you're doing that, I think it's probably good to do the math that they're probably more in shape overall physically, so why not mentally?
Here's why. Excuse me, goodness.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not going to make it through this.
Get this guy walking fast.
This guy Diet Coke. Fast walking forces the brain to rapidly process sensory inputs, balance navigation, and dual attention tasks, acting as a functional workout for neural networks. So there is a difference between walking slowly and walking quickly.
So your brain turns up the processing stuff when you're walking fast because it thinks you've tricked it into thinking you're in a hurry and that you're trying to do things quickly.
Not only that, but your brain. So when you're walking, your brain handles a ton of things.
You've triggered fight or flight, both of them.
No, it's like the balance. Where do your arms go? Where do your legs go?
Okay,
it feels natural, but reality, your brain is doing this.
All right,
your brain is going. All right, right arm forward. Okay, all right, now left leg. Okay, bend. Your brain's going through all that. It's just you don't pay attention to it. You don't really notice it. But your brain is controlling all of that. So the faster you walk, the faster your brain has to work. So it's brain training is basically the idea.
Okay.
Also, fast walking activates muscles to release signaling molecules into the bloodstream that promote neuron health and growth in the brain.
Okay.
So if you've got elderly people in your life and you are worried about their cognitive situation,
Mom, have you thought about walking faster?
Speed it up. Pick up the pace.
My knees have been killing me. I haven't been able to walk as well, and I don't know. I've been feeling a little bit more forgetful. Mom, I hear what you're saying. I need you to walk faster.
Will you please walk faster? So
That
this
sounds
is actually
so unreasonable.
This is a problem for me.
You're a slow walker.
I am.
Yep.
And this actually is a point of contention with Emily and me, especially when we're traveling, because she'll be like, "Let's go," and I'm like, "Where are we going? We're here."
Oh boy.
Why are you walking so fast? And so it's like I'm always like, "Hey, let's slow down." She's like, "Hey, let's speed up." So this is a problem for me.
I'm a
'cause
slower
walker.
walker than my kids and wife typically too. But I have small enough kids that I can hide it.
You lag back.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
them,
I can hide it because I'm like, I'm walking slow with the other slow walkers. Look how slow we all
Hang
are.
back with the short legs. Sure.
Yeah, right. And so I just love that. I just love the idea of being like, hey, we got to speed this thing up. Well, why? I'm looking after your health, Dad. Come on, start walking faster. What are you, 80? Come on.
You know
Get
what
going.
happens though among this population? Adults aged 80 or older and who walk faster than 93% of their peers, they have a larger hippocampus volume.
Oh boy, say it again.
That is the key memory center that typically shrinks in Alzheimer's disease. So that area of the hippocampus, which shrinks with Alzheimer's, if you're a fast walker, it actually, brain scans show you have a larger hippocampus volume.
Yeah,
But does that necessarily mean that if you speed walk, you won't get dementia?
No, but it does mean that the science points to if you're physically more capable, you're probably more physically capable, or mentally capable as well.
Well,
although I will say one of the interesting things is that my wife and I, at one point in the very early part, either we were about to be married or we were just married. We had a family friend who said, "Hey, can you come hang out with my mom? She's like late stage dementia." And this poor lady, she hadn't been out of the house for like months. You know what I mean? Like in a different setting. We were essentially giving her a break so that she could go out and have like some version of normalcy, because she'd been caring for her mom 24/7 basically. And so we did like a late night or an overnight, I think maybe it would have been. And it was fascinating to me because I'd never been around it felt like it was out of a movie.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way that somebody is going to repeat to me this story this many times, or that they're this forgetful going from one thing to the next. And what they explained to me was, hey, I just had never been around it. I wasn't I wasn't trying to be rude or anything. I had never experienced it face to face with somebody. And she was physically in the best shape of any 87-year-old that you'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, she got hurt. She fell and broke her hip, but the memory thing was such a bad thing for her. It was just like nobody knew how she had done it. Nobody knew how she had broken her leg. It took all sorts of everything to try to figure out what was going on. And that's when she went downhill, was the physicality part. But it was interesting to see somebody in tip-top physical shape for an 87-year-old, and it was so difficult to see that. And it was eye-opening for me, and I had a way different version of how, in my head, I thought of people who were dealing with folks with Alzheimer's, folks with dementia. And then later on in life, when my dad was going through something very, very similar, it was hard to watch, but I understood it a little bit more from a functionality standpoint, from like a physiological standpoint. So I'm all for it. Honestly, getting in shape and losing weight aren't necessarily the same thing.
True. This is correct.
And for me, the losing weight part and being in shape have never really intersected very well. Because I've done the thing where my cardio has been way, way up, but my weight has also been up.
Yeah.
And so now, I'm at a point where, my weight is as good as it's ever been as an adult.
Yeah.
And if you asked me to walk 2 miles, I would put up the biggest stink right now. I would do it not wanting to.
Yeah.
And by the way, from a lifting your legs and walking standpoint, it's never been easier, and yet I've never wanted to do it less.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird how that works.
That is true. It's the weight and the physical health are not. They can be typed, not necessarily.
Yeah.
But for these super walkers or super movers, which again are adults age 80 or older who walk faster than 93% of their peers, they also display a younger biological age, lower rates of chronic disease, and fewer symptoms of anxiety or depression. So there you go. Pick up the pace, everybody.
My kids actually told me,
Save our
I had
lives.
one of my kids tell me that my white beard, I should shave it.
Why?
Because I would look younger. And I think they're probably right.
You think so? Do you think you really would?
My wife told me to kind of embrace the gray in the beard. And it just keeps getting whiter and whiter and whiter.
You know why? It's because she really wants to make sure you always look older than her.
Feel older and look older than she is. You know what? I'm onto her now. Yeah, you know what? My
that is
friends
exactly
told me
right.
that you're trying to make me feel old. Is that true?
No, not feel old. She wants to stand next to you and have
Yeah.
everyone know that you're old.
Yeah, I mean, I am. And people have never confused it. But she's going to really make sure of it, is what you're saying. Okay, all right. We'll come back next hour. AI baby monitoring. Are you okay with AI monitoring your kid? We'll talk about it next.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
Good afternoon, 2 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small with a look at our top stories this hour. We go with our top national story from ABC News. The investigation into cyber attacks against a number of water facilities across the U.S. continues right now, and we're now learning at least one of these facilities targeted is here in Utah. ABC's Aaron Katursky has the latest.
Iran is the prime suspect because we're at war with Iran, and Iran may be trying to make clear it has the capacity to retaliate if President Trump escalates the war, as he's considered doing. Iran cannot match the U.S. military, but they are making clear that they can take aim at critical infrastructure and systems that Americans depend on every day.
Right now, we don't have much information about which Utah facilities were targeted. We are looking into it, and we will keep you updated as we learn more. We also told you about a big win for Utah yesterday against the prediction market Kalshi.
Basically, the court said, look, the case is over, it's done, and Utah can, in fact, enforce its gambling laws.
Utah Attorney General Derek Brown tells Inside Sources he's thrilled with the recent court ruling, but there is still a long road ahead.
What enforcement looks like is something that we're currently discussing with our team of lawyers, but we've got a great group of lawyers and legal minds looking at this, because this is also a question across the country. Utah is not the only state that is dealing with this.
Utah's constitution bans all forms of gambling, and offering online betting is considered a felony in the state under current laws. Quick look at your money at this moment. The Dow is currently up 263 points, up to 54,349, though the S&P is down 13 and the NASDAQ has now tumbled 221 points. That's more than 0.8%. Coming up, warm today, but scorching hot this weekend. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 2:02.
Mornings are for recharging.
And they're for starting your day right.
We volunteer to join you in the car. Get news and weather at 102.7 FM during the most important part of your day.
Andy and Amanda, each morning between 5 and 9 on KSL News Radio.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Women go through many changes in their lives. And we believe each milestone matters. That every new candle represents another step in your story. Our healthcare experts support women at every stage of life. Because each chapter deserves to be celebrated. Women's Health. Nurture what's next. Find care near you at mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health. Human kindness lives here.
Hey, the cookies are already found.
How do they know exactly where everything is?
My guess, they have a map.
Grandpa, can we please spend the night?
I was hoping you'd ask.
The best homes aren't just built for today. They're built for memories.
See why so many families are choosing Ovation Homes. Ideal for homeowners that want to spend less time on upkeep and more time enjoying the things in life that matter most. Single-level living with modern finishes and low-maintenance features, designed for real life and real budgets. A fresh approach to active adult living in northern Utah. And during the Next Chapter event, you can receive $7,500 on select quick move-in homes or $10,000 on a new home build. Visit Sadie's Glen in Syracuse or online at ovationhomesutah.com. That's ovationhomesutah.com. Your best years really do start at Ovation Homes.
The energy, the roar. Moments you'll always remember. Next season, Jaren Jackson Jr. is hunting blocks. Laurie Markkinen is getting buckets. And Ace is just getting started. Don't just watch Jazz basketball. Experience every moment. 2026-27 season tickets are on sale now. Full and half-season packages available. Plus exclusive benefits like arena discounts and player events. Are you in? Join the climb today. UtahJazz.com or call 801-355-DUNK.
Traffic and weather together is brought to you by UCCU. Auto loan rates as low as 4.74% APR. Here's Ricky Meese.
33rd South remains closed in all directions in South Salt Lake, essentially between 5th West and 11th West. Continue to avoid the area. And the final cleanup of a crash in South Salt Lake on southbound I-15 approaching the 33rd South off-ramp. It's out of traffic now on the shoulder. While you're planning your day, plan for comfort too with the Good Feet store. Find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
We're only expected to get up into the mid-90s today with plenty of sunshine, but we're expected to be flirting with triple digits come tomorrow. Then Friday and Saturday are going to be the bugaboos of the week. Look for highs of 103 degrees both days, and will hopefully gradually cool down a little bit as we work our way into next week. Right now, it is 91 degrees in Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Millard.
Parenting adult kids has got its own set of challenges.
And Alex Curie.
Yeah, those are big diapers when they get older.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Curie. Thanks for tuning in today. And some good news out of Millard County. You know, a little bit of a bright spot, but the evacuation orders have been lifted down there around the Wide Mouth 2 fire. They were lifted today.
Oh, that's good.
But officials have warned them that you need to be ready to maybe evacuate again if needed. But everyone's been able to go back home. That happened in Eureka. They were evacuated twice over just a couple of day period. So hopefully that doesn't happen here, and that people down there in Millard County can. Got to be on the other side of this. Wouldn't that be a nice thing? And I checked, Alex.
Yeah, what do you have?
I checked. There were, in the last 24 hours, 4 new wildfire starts in the state of Utah. So fewer than we'd been seeing, right? I mean, there was a point at which we were seeing like 15, 20, wildfire starts in a 24-hour period. So
let me bring this up. Ethan, the Utah burrito, like you said, has been brought up. I actually looked up the actual. I looked up the actual burrito ingredients.
Oh, the Cafe Rio Utah burrito.
The Cafe Rio Utah burrito. Cafe Rio Utah burrito. Okay. It's one of the flour tortillas on the stone, which you got to start there at Cafe Rio. The one that rotates
with any
around.
burrito, you start with the tortilla.
I know, but I'm saying I'm glad I had initially said the base tortilla needs to be a rolled out, dried out thing of funeral potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Which from a flavor standpoint and maybe even a texture crispiness sounds pretty good right off the bat, but it'd be tough to roll. All right. So you get the daily fresh flour tortilla. They have the base protein as the seasoned ground beef.
Okay.
Then the shredded cheese.
Great.
Which I thought Kurt Bester's suggestion online of Velveeta actually worked out pretty good, would be pretty good. Golden lime chili French fries. Now we're talking. Now we're
lime
on
chili fries.
That interests me. Yeah. Okay. Now this one is pico de gallo that's been pickled. Pickled pico de gallo.
Okay.
Pickled de gallo. All right?
Right.
With a tangy pickle twist. And then a secret burger sauce inside served with a side of spiced fry sauce.
I guess you dip your burrito into the fry sauce.
Into the fry sauce because the fries are in it, or if they fall out, you dip them in there too.
So
I'd give this a shot.
I'm all about this. Yeah,
Tell me if they've missed something, or like to me, the pico de gallo doesn't make a lot of sense. Like from a Utah, it's a Utah burrito. Obviously, it needs pico de gallo in it. Pico de gallo.
So here's what I would do for a Utah burrito.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is inspired by a burrito that actually exists. You can actually get
where.
At the Doghouse. They have those breakfast burritos.
Oh, that's right. You were telling me about it.
But this is how I would do a Utah burrito. So you start, so tortilla, right? That goes without saying.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of fries, you do the funeral potatoes. Cheesy, creamy funeral potatoes, okay? Then you do pastrami. And you do American cheese.
Yeah. No, I got you on the next one.
You roll that baby up.
You roll it up and then...
You eat it.
But do you dip it in anything too?
If you want.
Okay. I would just do off of stuff that you would get as refreshments at your local cultural hall. Okay? Mm-hmm. Or as do you remember the old, we had way more meals at church back in the day than we have now. And now it got kind of killed by the fact you can't actually cook meals.
In the kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, here are these 2 stoves. Don't you dare turn them on. But I would go with... I would have in the middle maybe some spaghetti, all right? Take all this off.
Okay.
Give me a base of really, really meaty spaghetti sauce, okay?
All right. With the noodles?
Noodles and spaghetti, yes, all of it.
Okay.
You'd eat a burrito that had noodles in it, right?
Carbs on carbs.
Sure.
It's fine with me.
But a very, very rich meaty meat sauce, okay? Yeah. And then I'd hit it with some cottage cheese on there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'd sprinkle
not ricotta.
No. What lasagna made in the state of Utah ever had ricotta on it?
Oh, okay, all right.
In the 80s and 90s was always
cottage cheese. Okay,
cottage cheese, and then roll that baby up. Okay, and then what I want you to hit it with is on the side is the donut, and then it has to be served with orange juice. Okay.
Oh yeah. Nothing goes down.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're like, hey, these refreshments, boom, orange juice. Have to have orange juice.
We call it the Utah Tornado.
Somebody did say, though, you do have to have a honey butter brushed tortilla to make it more Utah.
That would be pretty dang
Technically, honey butter is our jam. You know what? Throw the tortilla out, Ethan. Just make it a scone. Boom. Come on.
We got a text, though, a review. It says, I had the Utah burrito yesterday.
And?
Didn't love the lettuce inside. Tots would be awesome in there.
See?
It's got lettuce. So, yeah, lettuce is awkward.
Hey.
Lettuce is awkward right now. I haven't had lettuce on anything in some time because of the,
Listeria.
Ding, ding, ding.
No, it's not listeria. What is it? Cyclospora.
But there you go. This person had it. They said it was okay, minus the lettuce. Tots would be good.
I do like the idea that tots being in there is pretty good, but if you've got tots and fries, it doesn't make any sense.
No. I think he would replace the fries. Although I'm interested in trying the chili lime fries. But Alex, are we doing a perfect parent club here?
Yes,
I don't want to avoid it too long.
No, I was bringing it up because I thought since people were voting and since people have thoughts about food, man, and I'm always shocked by it, but about how much people want to. But I shouldn't be shocked by it because you and I talk about food so much. But here we go. It is that time of day to be able to jump in here. It's a perfect parent club. Let's do it.
When you find something that improves your day, tell a friend, teach a neighbor. It's all part of the KSL Brightside pursuit of happiness.
Well, I hit the wrong button, but you know what?
That's all right.
There's always tomorrow.
I'll still call to order the perfect
It's right
parent
next
club.
to. It's right next. It's in the P's. So there you go.
The honorable and perfect parent Alex Curie is presiding over our meeting today. And we're going to talk about AI baby monitoring. This is the latest thing in nervous parenting. There are a number of smart baby monitors. Now, baby monitors are not a new thing, right? You can know if your baby's crying or something like that, or being eaten by a lion. You know, you can have the baby monitor in there so that you can know. And
if you're like me, when I was a brand new parent, I remember waking up in the middle of the night and our baby was sleeping next to us. Like we had like an old school, not even a crib. What was the thing? It was like a It was a cradle that was just like, it was like handmade in the early 20s or something by some family member, and so we got it kind of passed down to us. And I remember that thing just being creaky and rickety and being like, we probably shouldn't put our child in this. But our very first baby, I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would look at the angle to make sure I could see if his chest was going
rising
up and
and
down.
falling. Oh yeah.
Like the freak out factor, because we take advantage of the fact that and the bells and whistles you can get on these things now to be able to hear breathing, to be able to make sure that the heart is going. And this is you basically have your child in an ICU.
Yeah.
We'll monitor them for anything. But then we get to the point now where we're like, yeah, but don't monitor them too much.
So this is where AI comes in, okay? Because what AI can do is they can kind of take it up a notch, because you can't just sit there with your ear up to the baby monitor all night, and you can't stare at the little screen if you have a video monitor all night. So what the AI does is the AI does real-time push notifications. If, for example, your baby rolls over or has their face obstructed by blankets, then AI will alert you and say, your baby needs to be attended to. And this is to protect against accidents and things like that. It can also distinguish between crying and just regular kind of whimpering.
Yeah,
and
moving
noises.
around and making some noise.
And so if it really does cry, if it's really in distress, then AI can alert you. Do you wish you had this when you had babies in your house?
Not really. Like, we just kind of, I think by the time we got to even our second child, we recognized that worrying about it too. So the baby wasn't going to get all obstructed by a bunch of blankets because we didn't put a bunch of blankets in there, right?
So there was a point at which you were worrying too much.
We worried way too much for the first child, and it was just like that. Well, that was not good for anybody. And we were trying to navigate the waters of, oh, well, they say you're supposed to. We had one doctor who was like, you got to Ferberize the baby. Remember the Ferber thing,
vaguely,
which basically just let him cry until the end of time. And that was hard because we lived in a small house over here in East Salt Lake, and you could hear him. You know what I mean? Like, there was no moment you couldn't hear him. There was no, oh, we'll just put him down in the basement, and it was everything through the house got heard. And it also just felt like torture. But then at some point they go, well, you ruined it as soon as you go down there and save him and bail him out. And I'm like, do you hear what you're saying here? And so there were techniques that I was practicing as a new parent that this to me seems like, I don't know. I almost thought you were going to say it'll send you an email summary at the end of everything.
It will do that too. So it will give you summaries, sleep analytics. How often did your child wake up? How much did they move? How did they get good quality sleep? It can measure all these things. So I want to put a question out there to all the other perfect parents out there, and I know Utah is full of them. We're basically all perfect parents. What do you think? One of the experts that was interviewed in a recent article about this said that they were worried that parents are going to use AI and they're going to ignore or underdevelop their own natural parenting instincts and methods. That outsourcing this kind of parental monitoring is effectively bad for you, because then you're not going to develop your own kind of ways of managing this. Do you think that's the case? 57500, or would you welcome a little bit of electronic intervention to get a good night's sleep? 57500 is the text.
When we come back, we've got more to talk about, of course, and we've got it's another story about Ozempic and the complications that apparently have come with the GLP-1s. Fill in the blank. Ozempic brain, Ozempic body, Ozempic fingers. We've got it all now, but this is a new one. We'll come back with that. In the meantime, you heard us talking with Advanced Window Products yesterday, and here's the benefit of Advanced Window Products. Advanced Windows have been making windows here in the city of Utah for 40 years. It's a Utah company. They warranty their product here. It's a lifetime warranty that's fully transferable. You're not getting that with a big national company, but on top of it, you have a company that actually is there for you if something does go wrong. All the installers are employed by Advanced Window Products. That they are in-house. There's no middleman. There's not somebody who's going to have to mark it all up because, well, they send it off to another factory in some other place to be able to make your window. They make it here in Utah with the top quality product that you're going to get from these folks. You're going to be able to save money, get the best government rebates, and on top of it, you're going to be able to save a ton of money on your utilities. It's going to look fantastic, but you're going to be able to have your house actually stay cool in the summertime, and heaven knows this is when you need it the most. And then in the wintertime, you're going to be able to keep your house even more warm for longer without having to worry about just absolutely pumping that furnace all the time. Advanced Window Products, $2,500 off of 10 windows or more right now. Give them a call. Say you heard it on KSL Radio, 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100, Advanced Window Products.
Hi, I'm Maria Shilaos, host of the KSL News Daily podcast, where you'll get a deep dive on a story important to you and the 3 things you need to know each weekday morning. Follow the KSL News Daily today, wherever you get your podcasts.
My friend Joey means well.
Always remember that the early bird gathers no moss.
But he gets a little confused.
You know, you can't make a silk purse out of a wooden nickel.
Like Joey, many of us can be confused when it comes time to plan for retirement. When to take Social Security, how to use that 401k, what about the stock market, taxes, and Medicare? Todd Kim at Galileo Wealth Management can help to simplify retirement planning. His goal is to have you walk into retirement with confidence, not worry, and to address the number one concern among retirees today, the fear of running out of money. Call Galileo Wealth today for a no-cost, no-obligation meeting to talk about the details of your retirement. 385-247-7000. It's 385-247-7000. Or online, GalileoWealth.com. And remember,
one man's trash is thicker than water. Of course, water's not thick at all. It's watery.
I'm Maria Shilaos here with Bonnie from Salt Lake City Fat Loss.
Yeah, good to be here. Thanks.
Tell us why the Salt Lake City Fat Loss program is preferred versus other weight loss programs that offer pills or injections.
Our program is the #1 natural alternative to drugs or injections, and for those who want to lose fat and not muscle. People are spending hundreds of dollars on these injections that are giving them slower weight loss, where our program is a fraction of the cost and they're losing twice the amount of weight.
Can people lose weight fast on your program?
Most of our clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or 2, but the biggest thing is they're learning the skills to keep the weight off.
What are some things that set your program apart from other weight loss programs?
It's very easy to follow, and we use regular grocery store foods. There's no heavy exercising required, and you get a personal health coach to help you every step of the way.
I chose the Salt Lake City Fat Loss program along with over 70,000 people from across the U.S. Schedule your free consultation online at slcfatloss.com.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex, the show you didn't know you needed and still don't on KSL News Radio.
Okay, welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Curie. And Alex, I want to talk about GLP-1s again. I have 2 categories. So you've heard about Ozempic face, right?
Which is just a skinnier face,
kind
right?
of the gauntness, yeah.
I don't know about gauntness, like...
How about Ozempic teeth? Now, this is a thing that really happens. It is...
Sorry to laugh so much.
Well, one of the side effects of taking a GLP-1 medication is that sometimes you produce less saliva and you have reduced thirst. And so without enough saliva in your mouth, you can have bacteria grow faster than normal. And if you're not careful with it, and if you're not staying up on your brushing and things like that, you can have faster than normal tooth decay because you've interrupted the biome.
So it's
in
not
your,
it's not that the GLP-1 from the inside out is decaying the teeth.
It has nothing to do with the medication.
It's about the if you get dry mouth, which you said a lot of people get the dry mouth. Have you experienced any of that?
No.
Really. So I get it, fine. But people doing so many stories about all this stuff that's terrible. Oh, well, you know what you're going to get. Your teeth are going to rot out. Your face is going to look skinnier than it normally does. You're going to get foggy brain. Obviously, you don't want this, but there are so many people that they go, oh, I've gotten into this new state of my body that I feel phenomenal about. And the side effects are you may have more tooth decay if you don't stay up on your brushing. Like that's a pretty low bar to clear when you talk about symptoms or when you talk about side effects.
Yeah, it really is. But there is something that happens, okay? And this is actually a real deal. And that is Ozempic bullying, where people are subjected to scrutiny, shaming,
We've heard
stigmatization
this before. Yeah.
for using GLP-1s.
Like you cheated.
Which I was honestly surprised to read how widespread this is.
Yeah, you cheated. And so, I don't think, it's interesting too, because I wonder if this is the people who actually gets upset about somebody losing weight. You know what I mean? No, that's not true. I know that a lot of people do because they do the whole look what she's doing.
Some people might feel like.
And it might. Okay. I don't want to get mean here, but this does sound like just like a catty hanging out with the gals kind of a conversation. Because how many guys are sitting around and going, I heard he did the GLP-1. Disgusting. You know what I mean?
Well, so guys do this too. Because there is very much this kind of
the gym culture, like you didn't work it off in the gym, kind of a thing, or what?
You faked your way through it. The White House has made fun of people for
really
taking the fat pill, the fat shot.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about all this. There is also a side that doesn't. I could see people getting critical because they maybe can't afford that the injection. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an expensive thing. And so maybe it almost feels like a class warfare thing. Oh, they had to get that new car. Oh, they had to get the GLP-1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me more than it does. Because, I don't know, somebody losing a bunch of weight on a GLP-1, Ethan, to me, doesn't feel like the over-the-top plastic surgery. But people are treating it like that. And by the way, the over-the-top plastic surgery, I made the decision years ago.
Yeah.
I told you this. I decided that if somebody wants to get that plastic surgery to improve their look, then get it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I had a close family member who did something, had like a facelift, and they were older, and I was like, and initially I remember thinking, you don't need that. And then when they did it, and they were like, I love it. It makes me feel better about myself. And I was like, then that's it. It was their money. It makes them feel better. Then that should be the end of it. GLP-1 is even more so, where it's like, yeah, my blood pressure went down. Oh, you took the shortcut.
Yeah.
You took the shortcut to get your blood pressure down?
I agree with you, Alex. I think it's completely unfair. 12% of Americans are taking this kind of medication, one of these different variations of GLP-1. 25% of households in America have someone who is using a GLP-1. But still, surveys show a high number of Americans that look at that and they see it as some kind of unfair.
But see, what's the unfair part? That they lost weight and the other people don't? I think the unfair part is them being jealous about maybe affording the GLP-1, which, by the way, it's become way more and more affordable for people. So
it is becoming more affordable. I'm a little bit surprised, too, because when I think about the people that, for example, you look at my case, right? Or anybody's case.
Let me take a look at your case over here.
So, or the people that I see every day.
Yeah.
Who would object to me losing this extra weight?
No, like
you're the one that has to look at me.
But you told me at one point too.
Wouldn't you rather look at an Ethan that's more put together? Wouldn't you rather look at an Ethan that's the proper? You know,
I want to see. I go home at night and I go, I just want to see Ethan better put together. No, but here's the thing. You and I have seen each other at every different stage of our bodies. Okay, You and I have seen the yo-yo dieting situation.
We have yo-yoed,
Yeah. So on the one hand, you and I have this history of giving each other grace on every turn.
Sure.
We're also pretty self-deprecating. We'll be the first to call ourselves fat or whatever. And at the same time, when it comes down to it, like when we started doing the show, you were like, I'm seeing all these pictures of myself now. I got to see myself. I'm doing something about this. You even said it. You're like, I'm doing it. And that's why we started talking about the GLP-1 stuff, because you're like, I'm getting on. Because I want to feel a little bit better about myself. And I can't tell you, despite all the things we talk about with GLP-1 and you being the test case for us to be able to talk about it on the air, I can't be more happy. I couldn't be happier for somebody. If you feel like you're going the direction you want to go.
Yeah.
And in 6 months when you're like, I don't know, I guess my face looks too skinny, I'm going to be the first person to be like, yeah, pretty awesome though, right?
Skinny.
Come on. So there you go. I don't care what other people say about it.
I'll tell you when I was the most successful with my health and weight.
You're like, I was 23 and a half years old, and my metabolism was fired up to the roof.
No, it's not that. It was as an adult. This has been my most successful period.
If you say when you were a vegan.
No.
Okay.
It's not when I was a vegan.
No.
It was when you and I were on the air. When we decided, because we were on the air in the evening, and you remember we would go and get just gross dinner?
Oh, yeah.
And then we decided we were just going to always skip dinner.
Yes.
So we just basically would have lunch and then skip dinner. And then you remember we had the two cheats that we had. You remember what they were?
Seriously, Thursday night.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the office.
When we had to actually eat at a restaurant.
When there was food in the office.
Yeah.
We ignored it except for two things. One was the Banbury Crust Donuts.
Oh, it was Banbury Crust Donuts.
Which was every several weeks.
Yeah, because we would have what we called the donut funeral. If somebody left KSL, we'd have the donut funeral.
And then the other one was, you remember the other one was?
No.
It was the cookies from Schmidt's Pastry
College.
College.
Yeah.
That they did every year with either
the football, BYU and
Utah.
Utah,
yeah.
Yep. Ooh, yeah.
Those were the two things.
I forgot about those.
And those were once a year. So we had donuts every several weeks, those cookies once a year. We never ate dinner, and that was, for me, the best time.
But you know what else happened? We also saved a ton of money. We saved a ton of money because we weren't going to we weren't going to for at the beginning. Remember, we'd be like, "You want to go to Subway or Crown Burger?" Because they had that Subway right here, just on North Temple.
Yep.
Gonzo now, and then Crown Burger, I will tell you, is a thorn in our side here because it's a lot of great food. But when was the last time you and I actually went over and ordered some Crown Burger? You know, it's been a long time. Years because I've had my fair share of Crown Burger, man. I've been there. I've done that. And then on top of it, all of that. Oh, you remember they used to do what's over here? Spencer's? No, Fleming's.
Fleming's.
Is it Fleming's right here?
Yeah.
Do you remember they did that burger? It was from 6 to 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
You could get this prime beef burger. It's a burger they made, and it was like, you remember, it was like $9.50.
Yeah, it was so cheap.
Yes, and it was that 1 hour gap, and you and I were like, "That's awesome. Let's go get a prime burger." And then at some point, we were like, "They're killing us. We are murdering ourselves."
Yeah,
with a prime burger. All right, news, traffic, and weather right here. When we come back, we've got more for KSL Brightside to continue. Stay right here with us.
2:32 at KSL News Radio. I'm Claire Scott. KSL's top story this hour. Experts say this fire season has been record-breaking, but not just in the number of acres burned. KSL News Radio's Adam Small explains.
One thing we've never seen until this year is 3 fires that each burned at least 80,000 acres of vegetation in a single year. There have actually only been 7 other fires that large over the last 40 years. Plus, University of Utah professor Dr. Phil Dennison says we're also seeing more of our woodlands and forests burned than ever before, a trend he says has only gotten worse over time with higher temperatures and less precipitation.
Dennison says at the rate things are going, it's possible we could see more large forest fires near the Wasatch Front in the coming years. Tenants displaced from the fire at the North Union Apartments in Midvale are saying they were not compensated for lost property despite paying for what they thought was renter's insurance. In an email to KSL, a coalition of renters say they paid $15 a month for insurance, but discovered after the fire that it does not cover any of the personal property of the renters. KSL has reached out to the rental company, but they have not returned comment. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. Even as President Trump begins to tease a possible deal with Iran in the next 48 hours, gas prices in the U.S. still remain above $4 a gallon. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Schulze.
You see these wild swings in oil. We should note that oil today is down about 1%. You know, when we've seen oil drop, as it has so far these last few days because of the hope for some sort of negotiations, that does generally send gas prices a bit lower. But we are unlikely to see that kind of get dramatically lower until there is longer-term resolution in the strait.
In Utah, you can expect to pay about $4.36 a gallon. Your money at this moment, the Dow closed up 263 points and hit a new record high at 54,349. And the S&P and NASDAQ were both down. Coming up, record-breaking heat this weekend. KSL weather's next. KSL News Time, 2:33.
A reminder about the simplest way to get updated for your day.
Hit your KSL preset when you jump in the car, and we'll take care of the rest.
Hear key news updates and traffic reports.
Andy and Amanda from 5 to 9 in your car.
KSL News Radio at 102.7 FM.
I'm really interested to hear about how your parents talk to you at home, and how do you think they can kind of break through to you?
It's just to talk about it. It's just seriously it's going to be awkward at first. But if you keep repeating it over and over again, it's just going to feel natural.
Keep going, and soon we'll just be able to talk about it.
Talking about mental health with your teens is the power of we in action. Visit intermountainhealth.org/teen mental health.
When you need a new water heater, you need it right now.
Yep, can't wait on that.
When you need a new furnace or a new air conditioner come the summertime, you need it right now. So Superior Water and Air has a wonderful program where they can help you with financing. If you need it, get it today and pay it off when you get your tax refund or just over time.
And that's one of the great things is they have multiple financing options. It's not just one, okay, you've got to do it this way. It's, you can wait till just after your tax refund. Well, what if you need no payments until later in the year?
Yeah.
They can work with you like that because, look, they want to help you get you back on your feet with the thing that doesn't work that you got to use.
Yeah.
And they'll just work with your situation. What a great way to do it.
I loved introducing you to my friends at Superior because they're just great people. And when you invite somebody into your home, you want to feel good about them.
Yeah, and they're so customer-centric. That was what really impressed me was they wanted to work with me and my family, whatever needs we might have.
Right. They want your home to be safe and clean. Superior Water and Air. Here's the number, 801-872-8483, or go to superiorwaterandair.com.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 25% upfront bonus? And are they promising you up to 9% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They aren't. That's up to $25,000 upfront or up to $9,000 per year on $100,000, guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states has Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. Learn how to save more this summer at UCCU.com. Here's Ricky Meese.
Crews are still working to clear this crash on southbound I-15 prior to 33rd South, and we do have a trooper blocking the right lane while the vehicle is loaded up on the tow truck. 33rd South is mostly open once again, both directions between 7th West and 1100 West, and a crash in Murray. This is at State Street, 4800 South, blocking multiple directions of lanes of travel. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Smoke is sticking around over the next 2 days, highs nearing the hundreds tomorrow, with record-breaking highs forecasted for Friday and Saturday at a high of 103. Right now it is 91 and fair. I'm Claire Scott from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
For us, we bond at night over our favorite TV shows.
And Alex Curie.
Watching TV, but also staring at your phones? That's super romantic.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
So, Alex, in Claire's news, there at the bottom of the arrow that she anchored there, Claire Scott, something kind of caught my ear. And that is what's happening with the Midvale apartment fire. So residents are saying that, and I guess we still have to hear the other side of this because we haven't heard yet from the apartment building's owners, but residents are saying that they signed up for what they believed to be renter's insurance through the building, and it turns out that none of their property is actually covered. So traditionally when you have renter's insurance, it would cover your personal property during a fire. Do you have the?
I do.
The
so
story?
this is Cam Elliott, who of course was on scene all day during the actual fire when it happened last week. And here was Cameron Elliott's story about this very situation here. We're just a couple days removed from the fire being put out, and now the residents there are claiming that they're not going to get covered with a lot of personal stuff, despite the fact that they thought that they were with the renter's insurance they were paying. Here's what it sounded like.
In an email sent to KSL, a coalition of renters at the North Union apartments say leasing agents told them that if they paid the required $15 a month, they didn't need their own renter's insurance. Ooh. Tenants now say they're not being compensated for lost items. KSL legal analyst Greg Skordas says it all comes down to the legal phrasing on the bill itself.
It would be reasonable for them to assume that they're getting what we historically and sort of in the legal community know as renter's insurance, and that is insurance on your personal property in case there's a fire or something like that, so that if that occurs, you'll be covered.
Skordas says even if it didn't explicitly say insurance, but they were led to believe that's what it meant, the landlord may still be on the hook. Along with the confusion over renter's insurance, the coalition expressed concern over poor communication and delays on deposits. Cameron Elliott, KSL News Radio.
Oh my goodness, yikes. Yeah, I see what Greg is saying. So if
I want them to keep the pressure on these I want this coalition to keep the pressure on whoever they're paying that. Was it the owners of the apartment building?
Ultimately
keep the pressure on. You know why? Because the community is rallying around a situation like this, and the community can't help but go, hold on a minute. These folks were paying $15 a month and told that they didn't need traditional homeowners insurance. What were they paying for then? And then in a moment where things are already dicey, Ethan, we saw all of the charred personal belongings of these people in the video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so
they poured so much water into that building that you have to assume
it's going to get ruined anyway.
Yeah.
So keep the pressure on. I hope that this renters coalition keeps going. Look, we got to push this thing. And I hope the rest of the community puts pressure on and goes, these folks were paying money. They were under the impression that it was going to pay. Yeah, but they didn't read the fine print. Well, then what were they paying for?
Yeah.
Then what were they paying for?
This is where it gets interesting, because if the management company told the renters that a traditional renter's policy was not necessary because they were paying this fee to the company, then they should be on the hook for covering those things. What if it was this? What if it was an employee of the management company and they didn't understand what people were signing up for, and they explained it in a poor way that just led to confusion?
Also the company, also the owner's fault.
Also their fault.
Right.
I agree with that.
But here's, ultimately, that's unfortunate if that's the case, but it's the owner's fault. By the way, do you think the owner's going to recoup some insurance money for themselves for the building itself?
Well, of course, the building is obviously insured.
So the building's going to be insured. They're going to get their payout. They're going to be able to rebuild that building. And then they tell people, oh, no, you didn't understand what our coverage was.
Bob texted in, the renters were paying for no-fault insurance. Hold on, I'm going to look this up.
Ethan and I both looked at each other and went, all right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We're going to ask ChatGPT
all right,
about
this. I'm going to have to read up on that a little bit. But Alex, it is, you know what I also wonder? So I agree with you. I want this group of people to keep the pressure up. And I know that KSO will follow up on this as well once we get the story from the management company and from the owners of this building, because really, for real, if they told the renters that the fee paid to them would take the place of their regular renter's insurance, if that really is the case, then they obviously have to pay for the damaged items as if it was renter's insurance. I mean, that not only, here's the thing. So Greg talked about that as a legal liability for them. I think it's also ethically the right thing to do. Don't you?
See, it's
the right thing to do.
So that the right thing to do pressure also gets an extra boost when the rest of the community goes, "Hey man, are you going to do the right thing here?" No, yeah, I will. That's where I need that pressure.
You're on your own.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to do.
Here's what I wonder. I have another wondering about this,
mhm.
and that is, can any of that building be saved at all, or is it all going to have to come down?
I didn't see what the end result was in terms of what.
They haven't. I don't think they've announced it yet.
What bones may or may not be,
but that
still
building
able
is
to recoup.
That building is a timber frame building. I mean, it's just made out of wood. I watched them build it. It is. I stood there every day, all day.
I was going to say,
But
you're in
it
the
was-
highest parking lot, just the same place I watched the fire burn. I was able to eat a lunch a handful.
It's
of
on my commute. That's how
I
I know how poorly their egress and ingress to their parking garage works, because I'm always stuck behind some jerk trying to cross a double yellow to get into their apartment building. So it's just wood. And so the entire top level, including the roof, was burned. In some areas of the building, it burned down into lower floors as well. And then they spent 27 hours filling it with water. And I can't imagine that any part of that building is going to be reused.
But just imagine when they start reaching out at the beginning. I mean, obviously people are reaching out like the very day and be like, how can I recoup my stuff? I got to get my life together immediately. And being responded to with, well, we're going to look at all that. Yeah. And then we finally get back to them after another 24 hours. They go, are you talking about personal belongings? Yeah, those aren't covered at all.
Yeah.
And your heart's sinking on the other line, on the other side of the line, going, what? And then asking, I thought we were paying for this thing. Weren't you paying? Mike, weren't you paying $15 a month for this thing? Yeah. I thought it was. We'll come back. We'll have a little bit more. Ethan's going to research no-fault insurance when it comes to renting at an apartment building because,
I actually might not.
That's not our industry.
I actually might not, because I did like a little kind of cursory look, and
it looks complicated.
It doesn't look like something I'm going to be able to become an expert on in the next 5 minutes. Not that that's ever stopped us before.
No, that's just perfect for AI question of the day.
But I'm glad though that we're talking about this, and I'm glad that our colleagues in the newsroom are following this, and so I appreciate it, Claire, for bringing this to our attention.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We've got more around the corner. We do have our AI question of the day, and then we'll get you ready for Utah's afternoon news. Stay right here with us. More to go. It's KSL Brightside.
Summer is wrapping up, and so is Soda's 4 free weeks offer. This is the last time for the summer. Grab it before summer is over. No injections, no awful side effects, just a natural way to lose weight. This is Greg Skordas, and I lost weight through Soda, and it was a great program for me. Call 866-800-SODA and mention KSL News Radio, and you'll get 4 free weeks free right now. You can learn how to keep your weight off through their Soda nutritionists who help you get to the root causes of your challenges. You learn lifelong habits that last long after the program is done. No lifelong medications, no injections. Weight loss medications can cost a lot, and for many people, the bill does not end. Soda is different. Degreed nutritionists help you get to the root causes of your challenges, guide you one-on-one, teach you lifelong habits so you can lose the weight without signing up for a lifelong bill. I personally lost over 30 pounds in just 7 weeks through Soda's plan. It was a great program for me, and it is for you. Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Join KSL News Radio and The Greenhouse Show for Pantry Packs for Kids this Saturday at Bountiful City Park. Help fight childhood hunger 8 to noon. Volunteer, donate, and make a difference.
Ready to win big this week? Head to KSL.com/win and enter for your chance to score some amazing prizes. You could win tickets to see the Utah Royals or Real Salt Lake, catch the Disney Worlds Collide concert tour, or rock out at Aerofest featuring Styx and Chicago at the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. That's just the start. There are even more great prizes up for grabs. Enter today at KSL.com/win. And good luck.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Any Hour Services can make sure your AC keeps you cool this summer. Whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just a second opinion about replacing it, call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
911, tell me exactly what happened.
My son and his wife and their 2 children haven't responded.
Susan Powell disappeared on a snowy morning in 2009.
I said, Josh, where are you? You need to get home.
And her husband will never be held accountable.
Your wife is missing, Josh.
Yeah, but
And you want to think about it for a couple of days?
I'd had this overwhelming feeling that he had done something to her already.
I'm Dave Cawley, host of the podcast Cold.
Then he starts making phone calls to Susan's phone.
Hello, Susan. We are on our way back.
It's the deepest of deep dives into this tragic tale of abuse.
Where was Josh when Susan disappeared?
I don't know. Of one mother's desperate attempt to escape.
This is me, covering all my bases.
Help prevent it from happening again.
Our focus has and continues to be finding Susan.
Listen and learn by following Cold wherever you get your podcasts.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. The news just keeps getting weirder on KSL News Radio.
Okay, welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Curie. Our last segment of the day. Alex has got to make way here. Tim is going to settle into this chair next to me and so watch Alex. We do this dance every day. Alex goes over, dejected over to the other microphone. Tim settles in triumphant, having won the spot for the next 4 hours. And we've been chatting about...
Hey, what were you talking about during that time that I walked from that one part of the desk to the next? My headphones weren't on.
Just how dejected you looked, having to give up your seat.
It's the walk of shame that I didn't sign out fast enough for Tim.
And so we've been chatting about this apartment fire in Midvale. Burned for 27 hours. Burned off, as far as we can see, the entire roof, the upper floor and lower floors too in some parts of the building. I mean, just an astonishing amount of damage. And they poured water into it from those big ladders for 27 hours. And that's aside from the firefighters who were in there spraying around, which you could sometimes see in some of the video that I shot, Alex, of that apartment fire when I saw it when I was there, is you could see sprays of water coming out from inside apartment buildings. You could tell that firefighters were in there because periodically water would shoot out of the building. And it really was an amazing, amazing scene. But you've got to know that there's water damage to 100% of that building. I mean, I think that's obvious now. But we got a text, and I wondered if any of it could be kept. And we did get a text, and we'll take this at face value. It says this guy's a superintendent for a general contractor for multifamily construction. He says
that's about as good as it gets when it comes to somebody who's saying they're a source. Yeah,
he said it's not a full loss; it is salvageable. I imagine they got to let it dry out, though. Probably a lot of drying out. Just get some fans in there. Get some box fans in all the windows.
Yeah. Call it disaster cleanup, and they should just be able to have that thing back up in
no time.
Yeah.
Well, and this is one area where in Utah you can get mold in Utah for sure. But we are lucky in Utah that things dry out a little better than they do in other parts of the country. So maybe that's part of it. Because I would imagine that building right now is just shot full of mold. But,
you know what I hate about AI, Ethan? Well, we'll get to it on our AI question of the day here because something just happened to me that's never happened while I've used, because I have a pretty intensive version of artificial intelligence that I use, and it's through work because our work pays for the entire Microsoft suite, and so we get Copilot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read for you something that just happened here, but we're gonna jump in here. It's our AI question of the day. Let's do it.
When Google just isn't enough and thinking for yourself is just too hard, here's your AI question of the day.
So, first of all, in the context of an apartment complex, according to Copilot, people often use no fault informally to mean that you don't have to prove who caused the fire before certain insurance benefits are paid.
Oh, okay.
If a fire starts in another tenant's apartment and spreads to yours, your renter's insurance typically pays for it. Now, see, that's the problem is that
Apparently, they didn't have traditional renter's insurance.
Right, because they thought that was doing this. If someone else is negligent, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The whole thing hinges on the wording of this, because if no-fault apartment insurance, as the system is in the United States, the landlord's insurance covers the building.
Okay.
From that standpoint. The fault is sorted out later between insurers if necessary, but renter's insurance covers losses historically from unit to unit.
Personal property.
The personal property. And so you may have had a massive misunderstanding. But I do want to know why the landlord's insurance is asking why the landlord is asking for $15 a month.
Well, this is the thing: is
on top of whatever they're doing.
It sounds like it was a misunderstanding, but that doesn't mean that it can't be fixed. Because if this management company, hired by the building's owners, if they told the tenants that if they paid this fee, they did not need traditional renter's insurance, then in my mind, it wasn't as much a misunderstanding as it is
just a misleading conversation.
They were misled, and so then if that's the case, so that turns out to be the case, then the management company or the property owner, whoever ultimately is on the hook, will have to make these renters whole if they paid that fee with that understanding.
But what I was going to tell you was interesting was happening. I've never had this happen before. Need a quick auto insurance? Did you
get an ad in Copilot?
Geico asking me. The gecko picture came up. And it says ad on it. But obviously I've never seen it either.
I've never gotten an ad.
Obviously my question, and the same thing happened with a company called Lemonade with Renters Insurance 101. I don't know. I pay for this. I mean, like, I have a couple different like paid AI subscriptions. Mm-hmm. I've never gotten the ad in the middle of my question. It's pretty off-putting.
What do you do with the other one? So I know what you do with Copilot because we use it.
Same kind of thing. I mean, it's essentially just the day-to-day whatever. That's the one. This is the one I use for work. The other one's the one I use to cheat for my kids' homework.
When they ask you for help,
they go, "Hey, Dad, I got a question about this thing." I'm like, "Yeah. Talk right into this microphone."
We can figure this out together, buddy. Hold on a second.
I'll tell you. You know, I've studied this for years. Hold on. Let me just clear my throat here real quick. Yeah, you know, the thing about the Magna Carta was, and then you start going through.
We got this text. Our door and window business burned down, and the water that's used to put the fire out and the smoke from the fire pretty much ruined everything. See, that's my thought.
Yeah, it's personal property. The building might have some salvageable pieces. I can't imagine. Maybe the lower floors that didn't get the flooding effect of the water used to put the fire out or had been collapsed upon.
Turned into swimming pools.
Yes. Maybe there's a unit here and there that it didn't get water like that.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee that those things probably all still stink. You know what I mean? Like, how are you avoiding any of the smoke? How are you avoiding all of the smoke that happened in that area?
Well, yeah.
We all saw it. It looked like it was out of a cartoon how much smoke was coming off.
I wonder if this is the kind of thing where, you know, in future years after the fire, on really, really hot days, you can still catch a whiff. Might be the case. I imagine this has got to be this is a big problem to clean up. But
that sounds like some weird haunting. And on certain hot days, you can still smell the fire. It's like, geez.
You can still hear the cries of Toast.
Yeah, except for of Toast, the cat, who didn't die, by the way.
Who survived, but still.
No one died in it, but still.
Everyone worked out.
We're all haunted by the Midvale apartment fire of 2026. I did. So that was the Gap, or no, not Gap insurance. What was the no fault? The no fault insurance was on there with that. By the way, we had people weighing in. We have a couple of things. One, the Utah burrito. It's we have a lot of folks who are saying, you know what, I'm going to go try this. It seems off the beaten path for Cafe Rio for sure. Do we need to treat this like we did at those crumble cookies? That it's like, hey, Cafe Rio, this is too much stuff.
Do you want to bring one in and shoot a video of us eating it? So let's ask this question.
I'm hesitant because
who wants to watch a video of you and me eating a burrito
with a bunch of fries on it?
Sharing a burrito.
Yeah.
That's not good video.
No, but if we make Cheryl pay for it, it's still lunch. I call it lunch. You know?
That's true.
I'm just
free
saying
burrito.
that, but again, the cookie that Crumble got us with last week, the hot Cheetos cookie, it got us. I had an old college roommate. I had an old college roommate, by the way, weigh in and say, "Hey, this reminds me," because I said it tasted like garbage.
Yeah, tasted like you pulled it out
like
of the trash.
A cookie accidentally in the garbage got a bunch of hot Cheeto dust on the bottom of the garbage, and then I ate it.
Yeah.
and I had an old college roommate that reminded me, Mike Smallwood, shout out to Mike. I had an old college roommate that said, "Hey, this reminds me of the old days that we used to dumpster dive at Provo Bakery."
Yeah.
It's an episode of my life I don't want to necessarily remember very well, but
you do remember it.
Oh, I remember it well. Listen, you got to get calories wherever you can get them. And they would throw away full bags of donuts and orange rolls. Problem was is you had the funeral home next door to you that would see you doing it sometimes, and you'd be like, "Sorry for your loss. I'm just going to take these."
It's like an 80s movie, all of these people dressed in black staring at you.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. These are for my college roommates and I. We like free donuts. All right. There you go.
I think here you take us to break.
I do. We're going to go to the long break here. Tim Hughes coming up next for Utah's Afternoon News. Stay right here with us. More to go right around the corner. It is KSL News Radio.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
It's 3 o'clock at KSL News Radio, and in for Jeff Kaplan today, I'm Tim Hughes. Greeted again with sunny skies and 91 degrees. KSL's top story, renters displaced by last week's apartment fire in Midvale say they have been left with nothing despite paying for what they believe to be insurance. We have multiple reports, beginning with KSL News Radio's Heather Peterson, who joins us live. Heather?
Tim, one of those tenants, Daniel Chavez, told KSL the landlord had liability insurance that residents paid into every month in case the residents damaged the property, but many of them thought they were paying for coverage to protect their own belongings.
We saw it on the receipt every month, renter's insurance, $15 a month. So that's self-explanatory, once you see that.